come back again tonight. Mm. Good night, everybody. Good night. How you doing? Gigi, good night. How you doing, sweetheart? Good night over TikTok. How you do? Good night. And the labor right then we are run God. Let me just send a warning. We are run gone report me thing to but I Denise but me I do nudity over here. You know it's a wicked and I start off by telling you just scroll past me and not stop on my channel. Erica Gardner, good night. How you doing? Cleo Harris, good night. Let me see how could I come on my channel less than all for review. Is you a grandma cause you look old? Me just come on my channel not even 2 minutes. And that's all you could have come on the channel come ask. Come off your man. Sit down already. It's like when I just wait for me come here for come chat nonsense. Good night, Christine Nemard. Doreen, blessing. Yeah. So I wish you did this a long time, Doreen. Anyway, I want to not forget tonight what me drinking. Look in the glass. What is this? See the green at the bottom? Who can guess what is it me drinking tonight? I Pasta One, good night. Tell me. Wow. So nice and refreshing. One of my favorite drinks. Tell me what is it? Cucumber juice? No. Good night, Auntie. Alright. Vian get it so quick. She said a June plum juice. For you see green, it's either going to be cucumber, June plum. So Rowan, you get it, man. You get it quick, man. You don't get it quick tonight. You don't get it quick tonight. This one is so refreshing. Oh my God. It's so nice. I love June plum juice. I love June plum juice. No man, June plum. With lime and ginger. You know June plum I feel do with ginger, man. Ginger I feel nice. Else it not nice. It's like cucumber. Ginger and like cucumber too. It just, you know. Yes, Vian. You could have asked that the question. On Wednesday election, you know, you said they want them to try them little trick already. EOG has switch up all some of the polling station them, but the PNP them vigilant pan them, boy. The PNP them vigilant pan them. I move a polling station without telling people where polling station them I move go. Bless up. Monday you coming, alright. I wonder if maybe we can meet up. It depends how far you is still. Where you going to be in Jamaica? Which parish? You don't have to tell me exactly where. Just tell me parish. Gigi said, Auntie, read my comment. How am I saying now? You know what kind of comment Gigi right? I'm in a seat. You say, good evening, Auntie Jen. And good evening, Auntie Jen. Denise, good night. Wish Bruce said lemonade. Then you say, Rowan, bless up. Auntie, read my comment. I don't know what you're talking about, Gigi. Me never greet you. Because only that me say on it. So tell me where you're right because I'm gonna send no more comment. Tap up the screen for me over TikTok. You have to write the comment again, Gigi, because I'm not seeing your comment. Good night, Michelle. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, you don't near me then, man. St. Andrew, a near place that, man. We can link up one idea after election. So back to the story. EOJ and move some of the polling station and without notifying the people them. Denise say I'm moving to TikTok. Okay, go on over TikTok and go tap up the screen. And you can join in one of the box if you want. Anybody over TikTok will want to join. Listen, a pre-debate night again, you know. Tonight, Markie G, and Andrew Holness will be on the debating. And we are here, you know, so we are going to do post-analysis. Then we are going to do pre-analysis. No, we are going to pre first, then post. It depends how much I sit down up tonight. But me feel much better now, so we can sit up. I talk about feel much better. How am I doing my thing? Oh. Alright. Last time, good night. Gigi, you still not right there. What you respond that you say, you know? You say me not reading your comment. And I don't say anything more than you say good night. And that is what I was doing, going through the names to greet everybody. So if there's a comment that you have written, I haven't seen it, I'm saying to you, write it again so I can read it. Alright. Here where them I try every trick. I did. I never see the comment. I'll say a good night. Good evening, Dido. How you doing, Dido Dan? Good night. Hear me, comrades. Hear me, comrades. I'm going to come here with a stern warning. This is no joke now. Because we get closer to the day. About, oh, you mean you send it to me on the WhatsApp? Oh, I see you send it to me. I don't know if it was you, but I'm sure somebody sent it to me. That, let me look back on it. All the police, them thing, and move up. And move from where they used to vote. So, the confusion, them I start with. I saw people work when they under one certain spelling and I want to call their name over here, but I don't know what I mean. Let me look back for it. So much somebody send me something that I not even know who send me from, who never send me, you know. I not even have a name side of some of them, so I never know. But I saw it. Me say, comrades, Darrell say God no love ugly. Why them keep doing what God don't love? Everybody a lick out against it. I just see one young man came out. Let me find that clip. Talking about it. We only need for God overwhelmingly go vote. That's all we need for that. You see all the trick with it. You say if we not go overwhelmingly. You said what Tuesday, Wednesday morning? Overwhelmingly. Them can't override it. Because we see for the EOJ well and compromise. I mean, so them I say, yeah man, if we don't lose, I'm not going to say I throw them teeth. They don't go where we can lose unless on a teeth. And that's the only way PNP can lose this election. And we are going to look out of our eyes. Left, right, center, and behind we. You hear me? Tap up the screen as when I come in. And all fast labor right. Another come on my channel tonight. And another will report my channel to TikTok. But me I promote nudity with no wicked liar self. Rivers, Connor, good night. How you doing? Alright. Here what I say to you. We have to go over. Listen me, I don't know joke business this now. You see Wednesday? We have to go overwhelmingly, bring out everybody. We don't want it go like the last local government election. All 1 week, they don't want to declare who winner. All know the Jamaica Labour Party don't concede. So then lose the local government election. They run around with all kind of something and talk. You hear me say? So I'm telling you something. If you never determine more than before, you're not going to determine now. Because they can't overthrow the mass amount of votes. That's what we have to beat them with. But the EOJ office is compromised. Let me see, somebody else said they're coming. Now they say, Auntie, I'm coming to your wedding. I went. I never want you, boy. When you come home to come vote. Nadi. When you're coming home. We don't no joke, you know. With a business, how much plane fare one cost, you know. All if you have to lose the job and get one new one. We depend life support and we have to come off. We are win this. Last time said they can't stop PNP from winning. The amount of people coming to Jamaica for vote, if more than police and soldiers. I said one man that put up one picture said all the people then on the flight were coming on to vote for PNP. Oh, I don't want to laugh, but I have to laugh. No, a serious thing. I'm going to preach this a message every night. Man, sir, good night. How you doing, sweetie? Gigi, Kimon, and Rowan. The chosen one. Jay, the chosen one. That's why they give Glasspool award. Yeah, Mr. Then said I'm going to give him award. But we and him. Now they said, Auntie, remember me leave Jamaica at 11 years. Oh, so you're not on a vote. But you know, if you come back and renew and get your vote, if you always, not care what you're there, if you always have your Jamaica something there. Monica said, PNP all the way. Betty Ann, good night, sweetie. The chosen one. Yeah, Ron, Nadi, you don't reach yet. She said she not on a vote. Good night, Auntie. Good night, Jay. Alright, out of fun and joke now. This is serious, Ron. I don't know if you read the news, Ron. The EOJ is compromised. It's a compromise that polling station are moving and people are not being notified. So what am I do? Election day, I go walk up and down and look for your polling station and you don't know. And that's one of the trick. But the PNP catch up on it quick. Good evening, Paulette. How you doing, sweetie? Ron, I can only do my part this way, educating who I can, encouraging fellow Jamaicans to vote PNP. Understand? When you say, Paulette, you're nervous? They want to frustrate the voters so they can win the vote. That's what them do. Them a give Glasspool one award, so I'm going to get independent day. I see what go on, man. But if the little old man that thinks I'm going to do it, I'm going to sabotage this, you have a sad mistake. If the little old man there. The PNP highlight it and ask them. So I didn't see the response. I'm watching out for it tomorrow. Marjorie, good night. How you doing, Marjorie? Thank you, sweetheart. Mansa, what go on?
Yeah, night.
You hear the look of foolishness when them I try to keep up though already.
The JLP is the Republican Party. The same playbook with them do, are the same thing Republicans do in Texas. So if you frustrate the voters, move up the polling station, every time you take long for vote, because they might send people who don't have no ID, so they might forget swearing and take longer, so they might make people get frustrated, so then step out of the line and nobody vote. That's how we JLP. Move the polling station, them, the voters then get frustrated and nobody vote. But the people, them, they are beg you. Stay in the line as long as possible. Once you're in the line, even if at 5 o'clock, if you're in the line, you still allowed to
No,
vote.
no, no. But all on the man,
And
sir. All
search
on,
on the
all
polling
on.
station.
All on the
No,
little man, sir.
the
So,
night before
man, sir,
the
all
second,
on, all on, all on, no, man. Something in your background I make nice like
the
breeze.
next person background, she see them
Oh,
background.
Silda, mute your mic. Alright, let me mute the mic here, so.
Still them mute your background. No?
Me mute
You hear
that.
me now?
Me mute, yeah. Go ahead. Talk
Yeah, man.
again. Cause some of my people
Yeah,
they never hear what I say.
let me repeat.
Yeah.
The JLP is basically the same thing as the Republican Party. There's a thing called filibuster, where they try and move around different zones to get the advantage. And that's the same thing JLP do when them do over Portmore, where them not try and move and turn it into a 15 parish,
Yeah.
because it would have benefit them. They
Yeah,
not
right.
always win St. Catherine.
Yes.
Now JLP do the same thing what the Republicans them do. Frustrate the voters so the voters don't vote so them can win. Because the JLP now say if it's a high voter turnout, the PMP are going to win. So they might try to frustrate the voters, move the polling station less than a week before the election. The EOJ compromising, and when the PMP win, them have to fire Gladstone Brown, them have to fire him and fire all who in the EOJ, who the JLP have to try and basically steal the election.
But the PMP, them were, but be reasonable though. In the EOJ office, I learned that you have both JLP and PMP members. Same thing with the ECJ. So them in the way I work for up in their years. So maybe that's why they know what is happening by seeing these changes without the public know. And that's why it come to light.
Yeah, so they might even offer the PMP indoor agents must be 150,000.
150, half a million me here, so
them
them offer them upper Portland. This bus system where you hear them coming with, you know. And that's why last bulk of money come out for election, you know.
Yeah, that's the money for run the election.
Because up to $500,000 off upper Portland to indoor agents.
No, the Mark win, even if him win by, because they might try everything. But you see, the thing we can overcome the game where they play is a massive voter turnout.
That's exactly what I talk about when we start out. Everybody have to come out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because there's a manly beat Siaga 76, you know, the overwhelming amount of people will come out. Something nice enough for your background now, man.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, repeat what I said, John. Comedy.
No, I said the same thing. I say everybody need to come out overwhelmingly. I say 1976 are the same thing. Manly the tech for use for beat Edward Siaga, you know. Cause long time Siaga fight Manly, you know. And when he says he couldn't win 76, that's why he come out so rapid pan him 1980.
Yeah. I think Manly get even a 78% voter turnout.
Yeah.
But the people we don't need another term Andrew Wonderson, because he's selling out the country. All the building that you see going up, it's not benefiting you because it price you out as a citizen. You see me, the bedroom, the apartment where I sell, $40-50 million and everything there. So he's not building it for you. He's building it for foreigners to come and live in Jamaica. Those are who he's building it for. So a massive voter turnout, an overwhelming voter turnout.
Then can't overturn it.
Whatever plans them have.
Yeah, that's the way the game. But if a polling station them a shift up, it will cause some confusion on election day. Because some people are gonna left work for go vote. We don't have time for go walk up and down for go find them polling station.
We need some really good runners. People, them have to get on them phone. If the EOJ not take down them website, because them probably will do that. Because the EOJ compromise and them will work with the government.
Yes.
You know, this is not democracy, you know. This is not democracy, you know. Because the people, the Constitution give everybody the right to vote, and if what the JLP do is trying to deny the Jamaican people their right to vote, this is not democracy. So people, they say the democracy is on the line. They're trying to deny you the right to vote. They're shifting up the polling station 6 days from the election without telling anybody. Them a mess with your democracy, your right to vote. So you have to go out, you have to go out and vote them out.
Yeah. So what we want to highlight to the people said, look, before we have Friday, we have Monday, and we have Tuesday. Find out where your name is on the voters list and try to make sure come Wednesday morning, you know, run up and down, want to find out where you are to vote. So if there's any shift, that way your name may go to a different polling. Then did what one time, you know. One time I go vote and I always just vote close by my house. And when me go down where me always go, then say my name not there. I said, so where my name could have there? Me have to go search and find it. Because try some most of the labor right there used to down the side, you know. So they know when me I come through the police, they know who me is, you know. And them time they didn't have car or nothing. Me just grab one taxi and me go up a further up or another polling station there and go check if my name in there on the voters list. But my name shouldn't depend on the voters because I don't live nowhere in that the division.
Yeah.
I up there so my name there, you know. So a long time them I do them look at something.
I don't know, John, I don't know if you remember in the local government election, them send a soldier. Them change him precinct to Tivoli and him not live at Tivoli and him go and bad up there. Them do that in the local government election. So that them a come back with them. I go move your polling station all over the place. And it's just for frustrate you so you don't vote. You see me?
Somebody
try to
say
deny you the right to vote.
the website is
a criminal organization. It's not a party. It's a criminal organization.
Mr. Say I'm a criminal man. Any blind in Jamaica when I say this, them blind. KK, you come on the live with the knives in the background, but is anybody come on the live with knives?
Carol, she a labor right. That's why she do that to disrupt the program. She named Carol.
Oh, she a labor right. Oh, so I trick that when they come on people platform with knives in the background.
Man. Yeah, man, the trick, man. Carol.
Me notice that from the other day for true, you know. You know you're right, man, sir.
Yeah, man, that's the trick them use for disrupt the program.
Oh. So the other one with the pioneer, Silda, watcher. I got a labor right too.
Might be a labor. I don't know that one there, but I know KK. Carol, first time she joined, she used Carol. And she changed it from Muddy, I use KK.
I don't think all of them do. They come like some criminal like a leader. That's a walk all about with fake name.
But the people just come out with it. Once you get an overwhelming voter turnout, them
person come off the man, sir. Yeah. You see them come off, I labor right them.
I labor right them, I saw them come for this people program.
Alright, so now that me go watch out for them as they come up here, me take them off.
Them people that care about a political party more than them care about them country. Because the whole of them see the country now run right now. They must suffer, you know. Because I come to Jamaica, I think I was May. I come to Jamaica. And the price of things, by the time you come to woman, you broke $100.
Broke with $100, brother.
In no time it done, you know.
Hey.
You see me?
So then I go in a town, you know, brother. And I pick my buy. I say, you know what, I'm going to get 2 cases of water and I don't buy nothing much. I not lie to you. I can count the item then. As a matter of fact, I can go for the sitting and show you. I buy 2 cases of water and I pick up 2 liquor juice. And I'm going to tell you the juice I take up. I pick up 1 bottle of the June plum juice, a true plum juice. I buy 3 liquor bottle of one ginger beer because I buy a ginger beer there already. And I forget who make the ginger beer. And I first buy a ginger beer and see it make with real ginger. So I take up 3 of them. I take up 3 supplement and I take up 3 peanut punch. And I buy 1 small bread. Because when I buy big bread, my son and I not eat half a bread and I notice it a choice. So I take up a small bread. The debate I start 9 o'clock. I take up a small bread. I pick up 3 pack of soap powder. And what else me take up? 1 peroxide. But anyway, I $10,000 for them couple of something there, you know.
Yeah, man, it rough, you know. It rough, you know. I think 2 years before my visit this year, I visit, I think 2 years, if not 3 years before. I used to live at one spot named, every day I go to buy food, chicken and things, in a half a tree.
Yeah.
And them time I go 3 years ago. the same size food when me I get a $500. You know how much it right now? $1,000.
Mm-hmm. Everything there.
So them are suffer with the grocery, and that's why the remittance keep going up. If a country if you must say the economy is so good and only 3% unemployment.
Yeah.
Why is your remittance rising? More people are sending a foreign and ask them family to help them.
Yeah.
With money and them thing there. So the government are lie about the economy.
But ever since every Jamaican knows I lie them I tell. Everybody with that say no say in our work as well them I say them a liar. How can people know their polling station? It's on your voter's ID. The number
It's
at
on
the
it?
back. No, somebody asked, somebody teach me this. It's on your voter's ID at the back. Let me look for my voter's ID.
Them also can check on the EOJ website, Electoral Office of Jamaica.
Yeah.
And when you type in your name and then your date of birth, it pop up, it show you which polling station it is. I think I have the EOJ ID with me in my wallet.
Hold on there. I want to find my ID. What I last it today. I use it, you know. I use it today. I use it today. Oh, see it, The lady up at the office show it to me. You see where the number, you see some big number right here, so. Right there, so. You see some big number. When you turn the card now here.
So Jen, so like how the number they play your voter ID.
Yeah.
And when you go now and then
so I like my name. You say I like my name. You say I like my name and they know me. If they want, they can tell them if they know if it frustrate it and move it from where then and put it up at the other one, you know. But my division, you know, only have they can't put me below me because I don't live that area. So within my division are 2 polling stations. Well, now them put it to 3 polling stations. Yeah, so me after there one I polling station. And any minute there are worries. Alright, 1 minute. Let me take a call from YouTube.
Yeah, man, I'm mute.
Hello, good night.
Good night, Auntie.
What going?
Yeah, the foolishness for the GLP and the EOJ is going on. I want to say something about it.
Go ahead.
Alright. And you've got tons of persons like Dayton and other persons within the party who have a machinery that will counteract a lot of things.
Yeah.
That the GLP and the EOJ is trying. Alright, for the whole issue of not the change where you're supposed to vote or you're not sure where you're going to vote, the PNP is on top of that in every constituency. And so all the based on their canvas, they know the persons who they must contact and they will inform these people exactly where they are going to vote and provide transportation to take them there. There's a case in Wheatley constituency where they have removed a polling station from an area where it's dominantly PNP and put it into an area that is a GLP strong.
Right. I see that one too, yeah.
But I want to say to the caretaker, don't be worried, because all the PNP need to do and will do is to provide some transportation on the ground from early, and we move in droves. We move as a crowd instead of 1 and 2 person trickling. We move as a motorcade and going and cast our votes. And if we can do that 5 to 10 times during the day, then that is fine. So we just have to find a way to counteract it. We will not have any.
The problem though, you know, they want to intimidate the workers them from Cook. I said them put in a strong GLP era. Them are going to intimidate the PNP indoor agent, outdoor agent, runner, and that are the trick.
Unless they have
No, it have to
police
move and the PNP
officers.
is down. Me not even talk. Yeah, it's a good idea you have, but me not support it. The PNP if stay on top of thing that that PD have to go back right there.
All right, yeah, you can stay on top of things and try and work for it to go back where it is. But in the event that we are not successful in getting it in the event that we don't get it back to the place, I'm saying, how do we counteract it? Do we stop the election in that constituency for the day, or do we counteract it by mobilizing and make
Yeah, we're
sure
gonna
that
we have to mobilize. We have to mobilize, but we need from now until Tuesday to make our voice heard so that then put it back where it go. We're not submit to them.
So I am not saying that we are not supposed to be making our voice and do everything to stop it and to have it returned. But I'm saying in the event that time doesn't allow us to have that, we would have to have a plan B. So that
Good
would
night,
be plan
Delana.
A. Plan A would be to try everything we can to get it returned back to the original venue. But in the event that time doesn't allow us to get that, we will have to have a plan B where, you know, we mobilize and have a motorcade every 1 hour that move in with voters in 10, 15, 20 vehicles and make sure that they can get a chance to vote. So that is one thing we can counteract, but there's another thing that we might not be able to counteract. And this is it now. According to the election day rules, there are some basic things that must be adhered to.
Good night, Lana.
And if on election day the PNP realize that the process is not allowing for these basic rules to be adhered to, then it could cause a shutdown of the election in a serious way. And let me tell you some of these rules. And let me first start with the election day workers and the police and soldiers who are supposed to go out and vote.
Then all for them then change up for tomorrow too, you know.
That is what I am going to say. Hold on there. Alright, put the hand. Take a picture and send it to my phone. I soon talk to you again. Yes, Auntie. So these police and soldier. Hello?
I hear you, man. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Yes, I heard that they changed up, and let me tell you now. If the police and soldiers, they have sworn to uphold the Constitution.
Yeah, but them not uphold nothing though.
No, hold on, Auntie, I understand. But listen, even if your mother is caught breaking the law, you have sworn to arrest her. Now, one of the things that can very well happen, if you deprive a lot of police officers and soldiers from exercising their constitutional right in terms of voting where they always vote, don't be surprised if on election day, this same exercise that happened to the police and soldier becomes a nationwide thing. So there are a lot of persons who are supposed to vote at location A can't vote at location A. It is enough reason for the police for a military coup. So don't rule out a military coup if the GLP think that they can go on an island-wide fraud. And some other rules that must be adhered to. One, if when the votes are casted on tomorrow for the election day workers, police and soldier, if PNP do not gain access to where the voting is being held and where counting is being held, if any counting whatsoever, and where the box are being taken to, that is a breach of the rules that govern election day activities.
But
You
the
understand?
whole thing is so corrupt, you see, Ron. I understand all of the principles that are there. But you know, sister, we under one corruption, yeah.
But and that is why I am saying to you, Auntie, I will not rule out a military coup because clearly even the police and soldiers are being victimized from
Can I interject?
exercising their constitutional rights, and they have sworn by law that anybody, even if it is their parents.
Mansa want answer something you're saying. Hold 1 minute. Go ahead, Mansa.
Yeah.
Sure.
Andrew played chess, you know. Remember when put Rocky Mead? Rocky Mead at the farmer head of the army. He put the female layer at the head of the army. So Andrew planned for all possibility and everything. I don't think there's nobody there. Maybe if the guy, the Rear Admiral, what's his name, was there, the big guy there. If he was there, maybe something like that where, you know, but I don't know unless.
We get your point. Yes,
But
Mansa.
I understand what he's saying about
Yeah.
the
Then now go do
and
nothing.
that's why I said earlier, no, Jen.
Yeah. We get you.
This is with democracy under threat, you know.
And that's
Our
right.
democratic right to vote. The Constitution gives us that right to vote. And the GLP is messing with our constitutional right to vote.
But you know we're going to
About
have...
6 days before an election, the EOJ is moving polling stations without notifying the people. You see when Mark win, we need to set laws and we need to entrench these laws. No polling station cannot move 2 months before an election. After an election is announced, no polling station can be moved.
Unless it's an emergency like fire burn down a place or so.
Unless there's an emergency.
Yeah.
We need legislation. Everything have to be legislated. You have to have legislation, you know. Because if we have legislation in the EOJ could not do this, you know. They would break in the law, you know. But I wonder
But then break the law today, and I wonder what can be done to Mr. Glasspool.
Yeah, I wonder if the PMP can go to court and get an injunction. I wonder if the PMP can do that, you know, and tell them so they cannot move the polling station, you know, 6 days before election. It's crazy. This is not democracy.
That's
and
right.
Jamaican people who wake up, this is a threat to our democracy. We have a right to vote.
Yeah, all right. Continue, Ron. Let me hear what you say.
Auntie, you see, can we understand clearly why after Christopherton had the famed KD Knight's character, KD Knight, in addition to, suing Christopherton, he has asked the police to open an investigation into the Jamaican Labour Party. So this is not a simple little thing. I am saying to you that the Jamaica Labour Party is bordering on grounds that can attract a military coup, a military takeover.
Yeah, but you don't understand what Mansa had said. Mansa had said the man set up the plan. That's why he put Ricky Mead there. If he put somebody at the head of it, that's him can control. So if anything I go bad, can suppress that. You know, listen what the man saying. I agree with him. I say, the man strategically fencing himself, you know, my brother.
Auntie, I totally agree with that. But you see, the ranks and file, them can unite against the top brass, you know. At that, me making you know, even arrest the top brass, you know, because they have grounds to arrest them because they realize that they have reached the Constitution. They have the power because they have sworn to it, even if it is their mother, even if it is their father, even if it is their superior. How many times you have seen a corporal arrest a police officer above his rank? All you know, politics after a while, the case drop and things, but how many times? Because it is in his constitutional right, and that's what he has sworn to. So Andrew Hollis and the GLP are bordering on a line that don't be surprised because 90% of the rank and file are their eyes are open to the fact that this present GLP government is corrupt. And if an election is being called and they can see on the ground something that is being cooked up and is going against the constitutional order. They have signed and have sworn to take action. So look here.
You know, then I abide. My problem is, Ron. I mean, I don't know if you see what me understand me. All of what we are saying is right. What you say is right. But the corruption runs so deep and the money buy out and all kind of stuff. You're not even. Hey, this deep on me when I sit down here saying, you hear when they come out and them say they're not surrender Jamaica to the PNP. You think that was just a simple talk? I'm telling you that on the live from that time till now. It's not a simple talk when you hear them come out and say them not surrender Jamaica to the PNP.
Well, this might be the first election in the history of Jamaica that is declared null and void and have to run over. And then some people go and go to jail even before it's run over. I will not be surprised. But
the man that at the head of the ARJ is compromised. I know that man don't come out and declare that the PNP win the local government election. Once the people forgot look on the website.
One thing I know for sure.
We should have demonstrate out the man from the local government, Jamaica should have rise up from them time there, Him should not come back and run the general election, We sit down and allow too much things to pass by in this country.
Big me know for sure.
Mute your mics when you come on. Anybody not mute their mic? Listen me now. Anybody don't mute their mics when they're coming on over TikTok, I'm going to take you off because it's disturbing the program. When you're coming on, please mute your mics. And then when I call on you, you open the mic and speak.
But you cannot come on somebody live with noise in your background. What is that saying?
So, Lisa Ray, I agree with you. Not because they swear me they're going to abide by the laws. We know them. A money run thing. A billions of dollars circulate out there, brother. First in the history of Jamaica, so much money I run. You hear? That's so much money I run on the ground. Ron, you gone?
No, I'm still here. I'm listening.
Oh. So, I got himself have to come through because we are seeing the surfacing of the criminality a surface before. The first day before the police then vote, we see all of them something at surface, but police will left from which part will come vote one special place. So that they can take the vote them and distribute them vote. But the PNP are going to stay up on top of it anyhow.
Auntie, me have all confidence in the police and the soldier that they will not allow the Jamaica Labour Party to steal this election. And if they can't stop it, a military coup will take over this country.
I first may go start and agree. I mean, I want to disagree with the public.
No, but disagree at that time, but that is a normal thing. That's nothing.
The point about it is because I see the corruption all over and the people then corrupt too. So not even if corrupt people can trust corrupt people.
I have confidence from the security force. I have confidence in me.
Me don't know if, me not say everybody are the same. I mean, no say you have people in there in a boat you have JLP supporters, you have labor rights supporters. Yeah. So me know that. But the corruption is so deep, man. The country is in a mess of corruption.
It's not as deep as we may think, The corruption is as deep as the rich. In this country, the corrupt is as deep as the rich. It does not go down to the poor as it relates to the type of corruption that is affecting the country. It is
I'm on drama, Betty.
90% of the corruption are benefit those in the upward class. It's not a situation
but look here, Roy. We have lived enough that we have gone through. God allow us to live through other prime ministership in Jamaica. I remember Michael Manley. I was a child per se, but I remember him very good.
Yes.
I know about Edward Seaga, very good. I didn't vote until 89. That was the first time I voted. So,
Yeah.
and I've never seen any of the other prime ministers of Jamaica behave this type of way, like this one where we have in there.
This
Like
is the
this
worst
one where
prime
we have
minister
in here.
Jamaica has ever had.
Never seen it before.
Worst prime minister
Get your
Jamaica
you have
has
some here
ever
right
had.
out there can talk about best prime minister and where him do and where him not do.
You said something, Jen.
Go ahead.
You said earlier. You said like they move the police and the soldiers thing to one spot where they must vote.
That's what I was. Let me pull up back the article because I don't want to give the wrong information. Let me get my next gadget. Where's my next gadget? Yeah. But the what I was reading was that it's like a Kingston everybody for come vote. Something like that. When I want to get around something. I don't know if any of you read it. Let me say me pull up back the article. I wish one of the paper in again, dear Lord. But some confusion with the police and the election day workers them. It hurt me for them to switch it.
While you look it up, let me say something. Jamaican people, if you were on the fence, whether you want to vote or you wasn't going to vote, whether you're going to vote or you're not going to vote.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on the fence and you see this right now, you see what the GLP is doing, and you've been around a while and you know that no other election was run like running this way, where polling stations are being moved 6 days before an election, not notified anybody.
More antichrist.
I know.
And not notify nobody. Can that be right?
Yeah, I know if what Jen's saying is accurate, where they're saying the soldiers and the police
and
must
the election
vote at one spot.
The election day workers.
The election day workers must vote at one spot, not in their constituency where they're from. They just vote at one spot. You don't see your democracy under threat. Your democratic right to vote, your constitutional right to vote is under a threat.
Mm-hmm.
So come off the fence and go vote out these people, vote out these criminals. It's a criminal organization around the country, you know. It's a criminal organization. They don't want to give you the right to vote. They want to stay in power forever. Come off the fence and go vote, yo. Me usually think the same way. I say, yo, me don't want to have nothing to do with politics, you know. And the overseas, and you know when we start pay attention to what going on in Jamaica, at 2018, I come across Wayne Lonesome. I'm the first blogger I see by YouTube. I'm start listening, start watching one thing and thing. And then when I see 2020 roll around and I see me there in COVID, America me there, and nobody not charge me no money if me not wear mask and them thing there. And I see the man put in a law, rush to Parliament, rush a law, DRMA, this Disaster Risk Management Act, rushes through Parliament. So if you're not wearing a mask, them charge you $200,000 and up to $1 million. The judge have the discretion for go even to $1 million.
Yeah.
To charge you for not wearing a mask. And I say, no man, this is an oppressive people. You see me? And then when we see the videos them start coming, where we see the people, the Jamaican citizens under curfew, and cruise ships still are coming, people are coming.
Yes,
and
yeah,
I enjoy them
remember that.
While your people under curfew, we say no. And I start watching. And see all of the corruption start unfold.
That's true.
And I saw now me get interested till me I go start up a TikTok page. You see me? And from them time them start speak out.
Yeah.
It never did affect me in the community. They didn't put me start speak out for everybody. Not for PMP alone, but for GLP, women that oppress. Because also there was a GLP woman who did get caught up and she did make a video, beg Andrew call the judge, the charge her $750,000
Remember that one.
mask.
Remember that one, yeah.
And she had begged him. She had said, I'm a laborite. Andrew, please. So me that speak out for everybody and say this is wrong. So if you not dip on the fence and say we never did go vote, come off of the fence and go vote out these criminals.
But listen now,
Just
yeah, so we just there talk about the police run. See on news break.
Night, Miss Jennifer.
Good night. Please mute your mic one bit for me, please. I'll come into you shortly. 45 officers promoted to superintendent. We just there talk about the same thing in a row. See it now? 45 officers promoted to superintendent today. What is that about? And the teachers now get a 2% wage offer today. Are you hearing me, Duran?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
See the 45 officer promoted to superintendent. What you have to say about that?
Where those 45 officers will be placed on election day?
I don't know.
What will they be in charge of?
To the rank of superintendent.
And 2% increase in the first year is still inadequate. I haven't heard that, so we need to hear a response from the teacher. I'm sure the teacher going to reject that.
This is the largest cohort of superintendent promoted in the JCF history. The JCF said the promotion are part of its ongoing transformation effort aimed at strengthening leadership to drive crime reduction. You believe that?
No, it's just a strategy because they are losing the police officer. But you see,
before the election, them get pro. So you see what I tell you about? It's coming like the same thing we here talking about, and just to see the news saying that. Give me a minute. Let me see what Dark. Good night. What's his name? D-A. Yeah, good night, Dark.
Yeah. Good night.
What you have to contribute to the country?
What really is the problem, Miss Jenny? You see, when you allow a criminal to gain power,
yeah.
that always happens to the country, you know.
Yes.
But when the country should never even carry a water back to give a prime minister, maybe there should be a prime minister, you know.
That's true, you're talking, man.
How can we make this mistake? Allowing a criminal to run Jamaica?
But you see, criminal now try to block every avenue for the PNP now win.
Then I say that they shall see in the past. So who Andrew fees the war him to continue run Jamaica? Under this over stress and poverty and this whole heap of unalive to Jamaican people. Who expects to have a war to be?
That's why we over here preach that in your community everywhere we have to pull out every vote. We have to come out. We need at least 70% of people to come out, come vote.
But when me ask them is that how come they make Andrew only still a pass law and he seat dissolve, the parliament dissolve? How they allow him to make him still a pass law?
In a personal law, man, in a personal law. They say whatever was there before the parliament dissolved, it continued.
So why I just know where you about that?
Well, them set a trap in man. They set up a thing for say to pull themselves in there, you know. Something where they sit down and plan, you know.
Me say fly low, fly higher, and you only have to come out and go with now.
Me say we have to go out and vote him out, you know, my brother. And then the talk business, this, you know. And all of you in the diaspora, we are listening, you know. When you buy an emergency ticket, come home, come vote.
We need to get out this corruption out of government. So I don't know why I fight himself to stay in a power. Why I fight this? If you say you do so well, why you are fighting yourself so much to stay in a power?
You know, say at 2 o'clock at night, a man up on road, one woman come out and make a video and put it out, say, they come and offer our money in 2 o'clock at night.
But Miss Jen, I mean, I say PJ used to do them, PJ just used to campaign, car election and win. So why you
no
are fighting?
Other prime minister never do it, my brother. We just there about none when me know and do it. Me never see them sitting here yet. Me never see it yet.
You know what the problem? This man has so much things to lose when steal away from the Jamaican people. And he want to remain in a power to back him and the whole Labour Party and the all like criminal organization with him. And that alone him a worry about and the money him a worry about, you know. Andrew only is a worry about power. To contain power, to back in corruption. For only that can back in corruption and to remain in power. So he will do anything at all. He will commit all murder just to remain in power.
You will commit it, man.
You can't get a prime minister like this. Yeah, all about your work spell, your work witchcraft, you do all kind of things to manipulate the Jamaican people. What make you not go reason? Why the man around here left Jamaica leave you alone? These demons in this country want to wreck we country to nothing. The people them ask to kindly say resign. You not resign. We say okay, we are gonna give a clean vote out. And you know, you never want to call an election. Now you call an election, you have try to block the electorate from vote. What can ever go so in this country?
In a call no election.
We make a mistake like this man.
In a call no election, if in reach away when Africa election. So in reach a space where he was forced to call the election. Daytime could have come out and call the nomination day and the election day before him.
But you know what I did plan? He never planned to call no election, you know.
No.
And he only get it and he only have in ways to go Republic, he would call back an election, you know.
No, because they never extend the life of the election. No.
So he couldn't get for just.
Yeah, what I mean a plan.
All things in a call no election.
You say if they get for turn in a republic, no election would call till 2 years time. They would add 2 more years to 7 years, and then he would get to choose the person who he want to turn president, and him would continue to be prime minister. By then, PNP would never see back power.
You can't allow a criminal like this, man.
So what we are doing tonight to edify the people then to wake up. Wake up. Wake up and go there and vote.
You know when I realize supporter of Labour Party, mostly mad people and retarded people may follow this party.
You know, so they have come on my live last night to go report me to TikTok say, oh, may I promote nudity. For show you how bitter them is. But over here talk like a politics and I go report me say, me have nudity.
Actually, have the naked
That's what I'm stay.
Because
and them coming at the box.
Oh, I forget to say you're there, Paddy.
And them leave them mic open and I make clear. I saw them behave.
No, me and them
I saw
tonight.
them behave, yo.
We ask a question and you don't answer.
I think one killer just speak out against them too. Said the diet jail keeping back this country.
Oh, are the naked truth. The naked truth.
Yeah, I knew it. So them no wrong.
Yeah.
But we have to give it. But TikTok can't lock you or ban you for giving the naked truth.
No, me always appeal, and if me see them I try report me again and me tell you no to type in F1. Let me see what next over there now. When I name the name, Dr. Juba, something like that. Good night, Dr. Juba.
But
F99, what you doing? DJ Rubber.
A DJ Robert. Oh, a DJ.
Yeah, man.
What kind of DJ you can do? DJ one song for me here.
No, man, this Jack, man, he used to play music young guy in the days, you know. We just get a break since the music changed too. We don't understand what they must say, so we get a break.
Oh, me get what you mean. So what you want to contribute to it, the madness we are going on now?
While you are going, me I call it from Northwest Center. That Gabriela Morris in a fear division, yeah?
Yeah.
What me observe is that we having a debate tonight with the Prime Minister and the awaiting Prime Minister as well.
Yeah.
But the debate will be start at 9. What time it will finish? About
10:30.
10:30?
10:30, yeah.
It's a 1.5 hour thing.
Yeah. But me observe that Andrew Wellness scheduled for a meeting down here after the debate. So what time am I going to reach?
What time? So hold on, give me the story again. So you're saying Andrew Wellness?
Yes.
Schedule.
I'm a meeting where am I going to attend down here in Discovery Bay. Farmtown to be exact.
What time am I going to be there?
So after the debate, I'm going to come. So what time am I going to reach?
I must say helicopter. Helicopter am coming now.
No, I'm not in the helicopter. You remember, so this is a man where have him strength after midnight, you know.
But in a roll per helicopter, you know, I drive him, I go drive, you know. So I'm 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
This man is a man where his strength lies in
DJ Robert, and next
hours
a
after
labor
midnight.
tell me what they say in St. James. 2:30 a.m. People still there wait for Andrew for come. So
Okay.
it's a cult, you know.
He's
That's
a
cult
midnight
behavior.
man.
So
No,
they
man,
must-
it's
they
an
must-
evil spell. The
they
man
must
I walk
see.
around with, but them tell him, anytime you see them a lurk in the darkness,
Who works after midnight?
evil
Who works
people.
after midnight?
Dope. Obia worker.
So why
But
you
remember, I do it in the local government, you know.
Me no do it in a local government. Him a do it worse, you know.
I think why you rose so late is
Yeah,
because
nah,
you
I
can't
know.
get to buy the vote them under secret then I dark, you know.
Yeah, because one woman come out and bust you
My
out with
vote
there.
cannot save him, you know.
Down in my area there is a vote by hard, you know, man.
You see,
You
you-
can't-
Don't have Gabriel
Who
constitute.
want this?
Yeah, man, so $5,000 run down in a t-shirt like crazy and I get to hear of them.
5,000 away, 5,000 I can't do to Jamaican people.
I three people that not understand still, you know. $5,000.
we have to
Yes.
take it and see.
You tell us, some set of mad people, some set of idiot, misses, some set of
So
mad
let me
people
ask
that follow
you-
the party there. And them, no well thinking Jamaica, no follow Labour Party, you know.
So let me
It's
ask
a
you
bunch of
something.
idiots.
DJ Robert. So you don't care what a reason with the young people them. Because young people then they mostly give them money there, you know. Because they not come to me here, you know.
That is it, that is true. That is true. But I mean, there are a lot of people in down this area. The signal look good for Gabriel Morris to be exact, to be honest. Down not Jaya but David Chan down here. Because Crystally, we consider CFC for the People's National Party, right? Crystal League, there are certain places in Kevin keep meeting. Some key area where you have the most vote. Nobody don't want to see her. Brownstone here and all of that. She have to go, you know, the little community them. I keep meeting now. Nobody don't want to see her. You know?
If you run with all of the people them we run for the Labour, right? Run them, we can vote for them and vote for Andrew.
Them not going to grow now, man. Gabriel grow now with these.
On a try when listen me, when election they don't get out every vote, we want come out powerful.
From 5:30 car drive out.
Alright, be glad to hear that. I'm thank you
As
for
the polling station open, we full it up.
fully
Full
up.
it up. Yeah, man.
Auntie, you know why my confidence level is so high for the PNP? Let me tell you why, and I want everybody to hear this. PNP has not started campaigning like say a month ago or 2 months ago or 3 months ago. PNP campaign is almost from Mark Golding step into the leadership of the party. PNP start campaign and step up the momentum every year. About 3 years straight, PNP has been campaigning in the hills and valleys of these constituencies. You know, you think Labour can mobilize more people than PNP on election day?
They cannot
Watch
at
and
this
see
time.
why-
That's why they might try with the EOJ.
Yes, but I mean, what the PNP were planning on doing in terms of them a move people vote to a different areas and all of that at the last moment. That can cause chaos, you know, because when you show up at a polling station where all these years and they say you vote and then you got some areas where you have to take a drive. You know?
Yeah.
That needs to put on a control before the third.
Yeah, I forget. And like how we are aware of it now, we have to just make sure we know where the people them name them.
Well, right. I have a vehicle, everything, lunch money, anything where the people them may need. If somebody to keep them child, anything, we just prepare. So we are there at the polling station, so anybody will come and complain and say, boy, you know, so them say, I know you have some for vote already. With the on top of things, we can provide them transportation, carry them, dispatch them for vote, and carry them back at them yard. And if them lose $1,000 because of that period of time, they will, if we can give it back, we give it.
Yeah.
So, Miss
But we have to
Jen,
be vigilant on the day and
Miss Jen.
ready
Yeah.
and prepared.
One
for
minute,
anything.
make him finish. Yeah.
so
Well,
like,
well,
if I
1 minute.
shift up the people them from the polling station, I want to know if them find their vote, if it ever still stand for the constituency.
And I see him here right over there now, but say you're the PD1. Then go down put your PD3. So the time where you have to go take, to walk up and down to find where your name there. You never know if you just a come from work and polling station like you not get for vote.
And some people can get frustrated. There are people easy to turn off with
So
those.
why them never announce and call out the community them and the district them and tell them where them name I go to.
Not
Why
the
they
trick.
never do that?
Not the trick where the man in there.
It's a strategy if we lose. So they
A
could
trick, you
announce
know.
it.
The man in the EOJ, you know.
We can't lose this election, brother. So so that more and if that stand for the Labour right them same way, and them get infiltration we know say where I guess them to go.
Well, we don't know.
And then it's a high to that.
We don't know.
All the PNP need to the anti is to don't put the pressure and the burden on the voters to a one that we
trust
start them
Glassboro.
vote.
We never trust Glassboro for a long time. You know. That's why I give out, I ball out the mark.
Hold on. Mute your mic. Mute on the mic. TikTok. Mute the mic until me highlight, you know, because we have somebody on YouTube at talk now. So, mute on the mic and when I call on the name, then, you know, because we have to have like a order. Else it will feedback in the next one. All right, continue, Mr. Perry.
Yes, the voters need to ensure, one, them come out early. You understand? Two, you have your ID, because your ID is going to cause you to get through quicker. You form your line, but those you have persons in the yard. Before you go into the polling station, you have persons in the yard. So before...
by 6:30.
Please mute your mic. If you don't mute your mic when you come on the platform, I'm going to take you off because it's disturbing the platform. Please mute your mic. All right.
So when a voter come inside the polling station, before they go directly in the polling station where they are going to vote, there is a yard that have GLP and PNP workers. So the worker need to ensure, and I'm speaking to the PNP workers, don't put the burden on the voter to be walking all over the place to find out where they are supposed to vote. Greet them kindly and nicely. Get their name. And me know why Dayton say him give everybody them lamp. Because you see that lamp there, all PNP voter will subject them ID to it. Anybody who reject them lamp there, we know who they are. So them can't go and talk about Dayton and the way, madam. Me know everything we are going. But as soon as the voters come in, PNP workers, don't put the burden on the voter to be searching all over the place as to where they are going to vote. Get their ID. Then you have the data to know exactly where they are going to vote and even have somebody to escort them to the line to the polling station where they are supposed to vote. If the data that the PNP have, you can know that this person cannot vote right there, but you also know where they're supposed to vote. And so you have somebody who can take them to the exact location where they're supposed to vote.
So that means to say we have to go have cars on every polling station just if in case the person will find them name on the list.
Me not talk to you about that, but me know some things we are going. How we run taxi. PNP bus taxi men in Jamaica, Labour right reject them and suppress them, and PNP go and win and reclaim them back. And we have taxi with the GLP not have the vehicle on election day. GLP have big old bus. We can't go in some places where we need to go.
Them are go, the people are go still there for it. Then they have character, man. We can't look at it.
Auntie, I gotta tell you something what happened in 2020. It's when PNP go down Portland in 2020. We tried to book hotel. Every hotel was booked out. Labour right pre-booked those places from before. We tried to touch taximen. Every taximan them book out. Cause them have free gas at any gas station when them want go.
Yeah, remember about the free gas in the gas station they want to go.
Alright, but maybe you never know about the hotel. Cause we wanted to have a whole heap of comrades to sleep in cars. Cause we couldn't get no hotel at all to rent. The Labour right them book it from 1 month before election. That's
So
what make
I
them
mean
now.
the same thing then do again.
No, PNP learned from that, and that's what I'm saying to you. PNP would have learned. And let me tell you something, Auntie. You see the power of the Maroon in a Portland? Don't take for them power lightly.
True that. That's true.
Okay,
That's true.
but come on, Auntie. We are original people. You see Vaz now is patrolling like a madman, you know. When him come from public media, and I throw a bus, and I throw a rum in a bus. That is the sign of that's the first stage of madness. No, that's the third stage of madness, you know. That past first stage and second stage, you know.
Me not call him madness, but call him evil.
So anti-evil and a madness. Tell the truth, Auntie. Evil is not a form of madness.
All right.
When you know seek to live your life, to destroy other people's life, you know your right mind.
Well, you're right.
When you get the country to run, and you are stealing like, you see, like stealing is infinite, there is no cap on it. There is no limit on it. You call that sanity?
No.
And then you work the very same institution that you have implemented to fight corruption. When they have identified your errors, you take them to court, and then you try to say to the court and to the judge, cross out these things that has to deal with my case, illicit enrichment and thing, and let's move on. You don't call that madness? Insanity?
It could be labeled that way, but then well I know what them I do. Then well I know what them I do.
Oh, so it's misjudgment. Them have it say Jamaican people are stupid and dunce and fool.
Yes. Let me hear, Mansa, what else you have to say? Mansa?
I lose my train of thought. So if the next DJ Rubber one go come.
DJ Rubber, you look like you're gonna sleep. Alright, continue, Perry. What you have to say to the Jamaica people in regards to this now? Not Jamaica people, the comrades. What advice?
Yeah, comrade. Mm-hmm. Comrades, let me tell you this. Quench your anger and replace it by a high level of determination that says death before dishonor. Quench your anger and replace it with a spirit that says death before dishonor. Mm-hmm. So you don't need any money to do what you are going to do to ensure that this corrupted government comes out of power.
Yeah.
So some things, you are going to do some things that some people, them have to get paid to do it.
Yeah.
I'm saying to you, you don't need any money to eradicate evil that has plagued the population and is destroying us.
Well, I tell you something.
Every day, we see the evil of the Jamaica Labour Party more evident among us. The undecided, I'm speaking to you. Because you are the ones now who will swing the balance. You have swing. You are not dunce. Because majority of the undecided are not the dunce, are the brilliant ones among us. The dunce are shared amongst the two major political parties. But the good thing is that the People's National Party has chosen to bully in the dunce, but they don't keep dunce. They ensure that they have policies and programs to educate the Jamaica Labour Party, bully in dunce and keep them dunce and just give them money to do what they say.
Yeah.
Jamaican people, choose Jamaica. Choose Jamaica in a way that you say, I love Jamaica, and the People's National Party manifesto that says Jamaica love is the plan that is really choosing Jamaica, but not only is that plan choosing Jamaica, but the People's National Manifesto is choosing Jamaicans.
Hi, Bojo. Yeah, good advice. Delano, thank you for the light. Why? I don't know if you still I say, what you say now? How much seat your party are going to win, Delano? See, your Prime Minister out there in the night have a campaign. What you have to say about that? It look like your truck still a load?
Kevin.
We hear you back in the background, Mr. Perry. Mute your mic.
Oh, sorry, Auntie. Cut me off, please.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
let's say a few things today.
Yeah, face it, good
the
night.
voters then.
Face it, good night.
May I repeat to myself, the Constitution gives every Jamaican citizen the right to vote. And if a government...
Good night, Michelle.
Yeah, and if a government is trying to take away your right to vote by playing these games of moving the polling station 6 days before the election, you have to make every effort. This is a way of frustrating you so you don't vote and they stay in office. That is what they are doing.
Yeah.
So the lines are going to be long, and that is another strategy. Because if the line is long, you're going to get frustrated and say, yo, I'm not about to vote here, man. And then the government wins. They get to stay in power for another 5 years. Get to continue to steal your tax money and continue to be arrogant, do anything they want to do, and you know.
Yeah, and you know what I feel sad about that, man, sir, is that we don't want to see the same thing with my 80 happening in Jamaica. Because I don't know if you remember this Prime Minister in 80, and he mean have to run away and go to Cuba. Huh?
Papa Doc?
I say my name? No, man. I say. What I mean? Something like Batista, I say my name?
Aristide?
Batista, something like that. I'm not trying to remember
No,
name.
Batista was the one at Cuba.
At Cuba. All right, and when he got Cuba, I have to run with go one African country. After I made that Aristide, I think Aristide in his name. And the same type of mentality me have like Andrew Holness, you know. And the Asian then decides that they're going to assassinate him down there, you know.
And that's we're on the same road as 80 right now, you know.
We're almost there, Penny.
And Andrew Holness I put it on the same road as 80.
Yeah.
They might try to take away your right. Kevin, kind of mute him, Mike. They might try to take away your right.
You're not only Kevin. You're not
right. The Constitution gives every citizen that right.
Do you know who is Kevin? Come here, going to take him off. Oh, why these people?
Kevin, mute your mic.
Good night, good night, Kevin. Kevin, good night.
I can get a call.
Oh boy.
So any government trying to take away your right, maybe you did support the JLP, you know. Maybe you did support the JLP. But right now, you can't agree with them, though. But see one labor right speak out when the PMP, when them find out say them put curfew in the PMP era when them in have the meeting. We see a video with a labor right man speak out and say that's why sometimes I deal with them, you know, because where you put them at the wrong and remove it. And him as a labor right. Every other video him promote the labor right, but him disagree with that. So the labor right them who they put their country first. You've been through other elections and you've seen that no other prime minister has done this. 6 days before an election, you're moving polling station You're telling the police and the soldiers that they have to vote at a certain spot? Huh? You're messing with the Jamaica democracy. You're taking away the people's right to vote. If you were doing your job like they gave you, the Jamaican people give you a job. You've been there almost 10 years, and you haven't done the job, and the people want to have the right now to vote you out, and now you're trying to take away the people's right. Any undecided, well, I don't think there is any more undecided, but anyone out there who is on the voters list, and you said you weren't going to vote, save your democracy. Get up this time and go save the democracy of having the right to vote. Go out there and vote out this government that is messing with your democracy. All right, just let me have to say,
thank you.
I go jump down, I go circle back. What time is the debate start?
9 o'clock.
All right,
So
I go circle back.
I go there, we go listening, you know, so.
Yeah, man.
We're not left till done, yeah. Alright, so I greet some people over TikTok. The spirit of confusion possess him. Miss D, if I get to stay in power another year, Jamaica done and done. Time come for PMP. Let me scroll up. Last time, at the labor right, them I go frustrate. We stand up like man rat in this election. The PMP then serious this time around. Judge Smith said, what kind of crazy thing is that? Why they go to Kingston? Andrew is a crook. We are watching our going, man. Juliet Green, good night, Auntie Jen. Let me see what's going. No more 1980. David Patterson, good night. Garrick Wilson, 48. Oh, I want to answer back. Tell me good night. Delano, you say you have 38 seats now. Give me the other two. Dorothy, good night. Give me the other 2 extra seats where you get now, Delano. Type in the comment the 2 extra seat you get for the JLP. Let me see what them name. Where's the Garrick say I gotta confuse them. They are going to try all that they can. Nothing is going to work for them. It's all going to work against them. Fire for them, yes. Andrew must be the first PM to lose his seat in Jamaica. He's a low-down Jezebel. Virgil, but no, Delano, I wait for you. Virgil said his numbers are up. He said the 36, now he's saying get 2 more. So I want him to type in and tell me which one of the other 2 you get. Which one of the other 2 you get? Purpose never die. No weapon formed against PMP cannot prosper. I agree. Good morning, Abdi podcast. No, man. I might try to say 36 to 38. That's what I might try to say. But you know something? Alright, yes, I need to go get my pillow, you know. Alright, yes, I'm going to lay down and sleep tonight. Because I now move until the debate done. And all of that. Oh. Me see. Central Manchester add to it. Oh, what kind of madness this you come over here with tonight, dear Father God? And what could I drive you if you say Central Manchester add to it? Where you get that the team from? And what change overnight? You Andrew go there in the night? And how much vote you may get for buy down there? How much vote you get for buying a Central Manchester? You better if you did say South Manchester. And Western St. Mary. Oh. How much vote on a buy? How much vote on a buy? The great. What is his name? The great call. I'm not giving a name too much long name. I can't call out the long name there. Good evening. Nothing don't go so Manchester fully orange. I don't know when you get that the story, but I love to listen to him like analysis. How much vote on a buy? Nobody not asking nothing, so you come over here and tell about PMP now. Anybody that asking a question? We know you? Nobody asking, just jump on the platform. PMP not winning nothing. Me not call you over here, me not asking a question. You know, so over here, PMP channel. We're not going to watch your labor right then. Where you come over here for? If you have a crisis. You never come on the channel, you never look up manners. I just go, oh, PMP not going to win. Alright, I'm not going to win. Win make me see. Unless we not no finger for a vote. And when we're going there, you're going to take we vote them and go dash them away. Nonsense. Delana come back to me. Who gave you that the information? How much vote on a buy? Everybody on YouTube. On the top up the screen now, man, and bring it up. And we should have reached 100 already. Good night, Joanne. Joanne, good night. Alright, you're in the box, Joanne. Mrs. You see your name up in the box.
No.
I see your name in the box. You have something to say? Jesse, good night. Anybody come on my channel with no disturbing self? I don't care who no be for no PMP or no labor me a black or no. Me a disconnect or no. If you not come up in the box with the noise in the background, because that's where the labor them don't come up in a people box with noise for distract it. And if you not PMP or not come up in here with the same thing, me go take on off, right? Mute your mic when you come on. Lana Blackwood. I say them confusing, you see Lana. A set of people them I say them torment so till long God know how them torment so. You see me block them as they come on, me block them because true now they gone. Alright, so we have a couple more minutes left before the debate start. So let me play this phone in the meantime. What? Somebody said they say bring shock. Look here. Bring shock park at Pernell Charles' daughter yard. And people take a picture. See it there? Beryllium. Somebody take the picture. It can like every move they make, gotta expose it. Barrington, what go on?
Yeah, man.
You know hear what they want for China?
I'm here listening to you, girl.
Yeah. They want to move up a polling station in some division. You hear about it?
A problem them a try to create, man.
What they want?
It not go work. Nothing more than they try not go work.
They might try it, man.
You know, they might try because they want to cover up them nastiness. They don't want to expose because they don't want the government to change to make people know what they want to do. They want to stay in their house.
Yeah.
You can't tear up and dash away what they fit dash away. Not go work. Not honor the powers of the Most High, they can't turn in there. God will not allow the wicked to rule.
Mute your mic as you come. Listen, me, let me give you the rules and regulations. Everybody that come up in the box, mute on the mic when you come up in the box. Wait till I acknowledge you, then.
Put me down, please. I just listen to you. One love.
Oh, which one are you saying put it down? One love?
Yeah, man. One love. Just take me down, please. One love.
Junior, good night. Junior, good night. Alright, me think what me go do next time? Me now go open up the box them. Me go make gonna send me invite so that me know who ask me for invite. When me open the box them like that, everybody just jump in at the box. And that's what the problem is. So next time me now go do it no way there. I'm very sorry to say, Auntie, but I'm more convinced the government will have a majority seat. I'm also looking into Southeast St. Mary, Auntie. Okay. The JLP start get kinky already. Start with Daryl Valls using rub to wet his head and the old bus. But we are covered by the blood of Jesus. So, yes, Brinks truck park up in the yard.
That can help me.
Now vote them up by enough money I go run. Me already did say 38 from day one. I'm in a chain. And Mr. Perry said 40.
Charges also help to ease the flow. Mommy, sorry again. One love. I'm a PMP, but I'm just interested in listening to you. One love. Take me down, please.
So why you coming at the box for again?
As he shares some useful information about the national payment system.
Stop coming at the box if you don't really want to use the box, man. Sure.
PMP live. Blood and fire come ready.
No, you don't want to come in at the box. Where you coming at the box for?
You don't give up. You don't give up. Not what him a try. They can't fake me out. No bring struck can't buy me out. They're not foreseen.
Oh, yeah, I said before they left. No, sir. That means you have millions of dollars come later. Hey, people, they're wicked, so till over God know. I bet say, I same money for the old bus they have a circulate round. 1.4 billion to buy out the election. Well, see, one a purpose never die, me sure me enough for sale. I mean, only younger people then we sell them vote. The old people then like we not sell we vote. And they now come to we neither. Them now come to we neither. Because see something here, so. I'm going to fix my grid to 4. Right, so I change it, keep your one up in there, not taking a whole heap of people. And the PMP want to come on there, then come on. Open up a box then too much, then come on. Face it, what go on? Oh, you not come up and say nothing tonight? Miss D, bring shock, yeah. Delan, I guess super health care is what people want.
Good night, Auntie. Boy, Auntie, the way me they all over talk, trust me,
You
you
all
have to
over.
take a risk.
So what you have to say? So what you have to say with what you hear about they want to move a PD them?
Them can't stay there, you know. Everybody fi stick out, nothing enough to move, and them criminal ship where them want do. Because it are in a people eyes. So them want move it going for them constituency are closer to them where them can cast them bang around. And next thing, remember, we have to go look out our eye because enough rubber them appear if you come take where the ballot box them, especially in a PMP division.
You know, they want to distract the people, them, because when the people must go travel, go to different places, you go vote, now they can't get black off vote, man, them, and
Give them a black off road for people. And so when they carry them in the heart of the labor right place, they are going to intimidate people.
It might be
that's not supposed to go on. You're supposed to kick out.
The man for low country make the people
Good
them vote.
night. Come ready.
Good night is. The man need for low the country.
But you know all what me have to say? Who have eyes to see, see, and who have ears to hear, let them hear. Use your wisdom, your understanding, and your knowledge. At the day at the polling station, put the X beside the head. If you want any future in your life and if you have any children that is going forward, because the children are the future, are the next generation. So if you don't want blighted them, sit down and take the money to go buy pound of this and pound of that and a spliff.
You're right.
That can't help.
Mr. The man that planned to overpower the election and they start show up already. They start
If they can't use their wisdom to realize that the country is
Real
not
talk.
going forward, we are going backward, then me sorry for we. But honestly, I would say,
My sister, you that have an eyes to see, let them see. If them can't see and you that have ears, make them hear. If them
exactly, that's all left me
them
have to say.
can't hear, them go and feel. Everybody going in at this thing here.
Well, me, God forgive me not in there. Me not in there.
No, but you're in Jamaica, you're in Jamaica, so anything.
Me say me not in there.
But Angel, you know, so I go on a port.
Tell me how I going up a Portland there, can you tell me? Tell me how I going up.
With for con man, you know, see, I've Roma 9 down himself and bus and sitting.
I think it's just a distraction. He might try for distraction.
Say, the man gone viral, me I tell you.
A distraction. He might try, kind of one
Listen,
answer.
sin a show up, man. You think God asleep?
Yeah, man.
Gotta show them up. You may I tell you. So you bet them go on. I just time God and time.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
you know, see what them I
happened.
do now. Start come with them look a puny song. Oh, we're going to retire to go and look off because them see danger ahead. And danger why them I say.
Yes, in last election.
Man,
And him a go
we
retire.
know throwing into a long go.
No escape.
God see go John.
Let me fix up my blouse before they go report me, sir. No, man. Go report
Me
me.
want to know if all of them people here will sit down, especially the millenniums, because them have a chance. You want to tell me that you don't have any say so, you not have no future, you don't want to go forward, eh? You don't want to go forward, you don't want education.
Look here, I know really the PMP them are doing it in the labor right them and
That's not what I am saying, you know. I know, me I know so. That's not what me I say, mommy, me I say. The millennium should open them eye to see that you want to go forward.
well, yeah, some of them just blind and them
come
not
in.
seeing.
But them blind.
Them blind and them not see.
Well, if them blind, them will go backward.
Well, that is it.
Listen, when you take you get 2 mirrors. You put one in front of you and one behind you. The one behind you, the front one is going to reflect, so you're looking forward. And if they don't want to go forward, then that's their business.
Then go backward. But what me can't really understand, I may ask myself it one way all the time. I ask myself, it's 2 party. One is in power now, them the 2 term. Him step aside and make the other one get a chance to go to.
No, when we can't say that,
You
you know.
understand?
We
No.
can't say the party. Everybody have to have them equal rights. So we have to put him out or whoever.
Well, that is it. The same one them put him in is them go and put him right out back as some seat run, you know.
But
As some
I
seat
see
run in Jamaica. Them
Auntie Jen.
ask when you are the good, them have vote against you still. Same people put you in at them same one that take you up back
Me
as
bring you a 10. Me bring you a 10. I'm stop top now. You hear?
Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah, me
Everybody,
bring you a 10. Me take it from 5 to 10.
you do good, man.
Yeah.
You just have to keep on praying.
Wanna keep tapping. Keep tapping, send out the live. Tapping.
God is able. Him promising
All right,
that
Auntie.
he was
Thank
never
you.
forsaken.
Yeah, man,
we have to
thank you.
depend
Have a
upon.
good
We
night.
have no other source, and it's good over evil, so God.
Before Pharaoh when they go and just send Moses to the children and my children, go to them. Before Pharaoh when they go and like him, and the children still delivered. So we are delivered.
Yeah, God will deliver us. You know, we have to just trust Him and learn to depend upon Him. And with God yesterday, today, and forevermore.
Not to fret. We have time to pray. We don't have time to worry.
You know that, man, that's all we have to do. Why worry when we can pray?
We not no time to worry.
The people that need for go vote.
That's all right for
The
that.
people that need for get up and go vote.
Every voice heard. Every voice heard.
That's a
Me know
message.
I'll Markie whip him tonight. Me go hope and get for ask him some question.
Him
Me
a go,
have for my mind for ask
him
him.
a go ask him now.
Eh?
Him a go ask
Me
him.
know how the audience throw and that are the
Yeah,
problem.
that because what me hear somebody else say, yeah, I'm the labor right then the panny and them set up them question with them want for ask because they know one market if you ask him some of them question they know.
No, but people, you know, they might take a social media question
Eh?
and social media. You know, so I need to set up my social media question.
Yeah, I'm going, man.
They can do so much and no more when God is in control. I am a run things. That man, have all the power to do what he want to do when he want to do it.
Me not worry for marketing, none at all.
No, sir.
Marketing
You
intelligent
can't do
enough
anything,
to
man.
go around Conjo. Conjo can't stay there. Conjo alright.
Him
Oh,
a
thank
worry
you,
them no
Nadi.
problem. Maybe not him not sleep at night because them a fear run up and down. But I don't understand. Him in a poor him a do so good and him have him achievement them and so on. Them boy him a run up and in the night and I beg people to vote for him and all that. So they should not do that.
Then you don't know why. You don't know why. Him not done hide and push and do him for do and everything a go come to light.
Yeah, well that is it. Thing go and come out. But me don't understand this.
Enough of them still sit at zinc fence corner place, can't eat a good meal, not sleeping in a good bed, can't even get not even one good broom to sweep the road, but when you get up and down and run up and down, make man a go no money for vote for no. And then when you go back and sit down same place for the next 4 years and little.
What me hear no little money,
the Prime Minister get ready, yeah?
100,000, 50,000.
So my Prime
Me don't
Minister.
really want, listen,
You see,
make
all
me
them,
kind of push
all them do
marketing.
the money at the bus money, that and the money them where them rob up at them do
Yeah,
all them
that's for
stuff,
them
you know.
business.
See
That
how
them
you see
when
what
them
in
done.
idiot? You see in idiot in the idiot yet?
Listen me, the 50,000 can buy 1 clocks and 1 shirt and not no more. So make them lucky, take it.
But and you see those money,
Me
them
see
never
man,
see
me
no
see
because
me
they come
Sandra
and gone.
checking.
Like they say, who there? He done. Because those money is that good money.
They lucky.
But and then all the EOJ something good. Because me hear them a say some stuff all police when have to vote at Manchester, them have to come at Kingston and all them something.
Yeah, that's how I made it that year. So I don't know if tomorrow it's going to be PNP did a lick out against it, so I could hear what going tomorrow. But like everybody have to come vote one place.
Me not hear you good enough. Me not hearing you.
So everybody have to come vote one place.
Everybody
Yeah.
from the whole island have to go one place.
And that me want to know what kind of madness that.
Is that trick, you know?
Is that
I
true?
don't know them I try frustrate people. So some people not going to even bother with it.
Everybody from work in the area.
So all the workers them, the election, the workers them have to go all this too.
But that me want to know too. Me have to find out.
Oh boy, they might try for thief, but they made thief somebody now go can't thief everything.
From your reports, all the police stations that we use, we suppose we don't go to change nothing. That's what that for. That's just a shop.
Yeah.
So
But look, when them come with it, just like let's say yesterday or so, I just know them come with it.
Them supposed to review that man.
One moment. Who is this person? Sudu. Good night.
Yeah,
But then
right.
people are not leave my platform alone, man. Jesus Christ.
All right. I like how this country is.
Oh boy, this man, yeah, man. Me don't know where my whole and pampas if I take long for call the election. It look like you know done all him teeth and all when my say. You know, so I president I run from you know. I run from it.
I prisoner problem.
Go.
Yeah, and thing get for win back and can suppress everything. Where's the Carol? God and time, girl.
But, yeah, man, I got on time, but him can't do so much and no more. Because when in time come, him have to just stop.
Yeah.
Can't go no more. Can't do no more. How long shall the wicked reign over God people? God see the problem and somewhere we are going through this stress. It is going to put we all through. This evil, wicked man. This wicked, evil man. But you know, the girls, you must say, them for vote them out.
I'm mad people, them I either take them. Because I don't know if I go vote out
This are
somebody.
they sin, man.
I don't know
And
what
they
kind of
sin,
thing
you
that.
know. I'm against them.
I'm mad this I take them, you know.
Listen, are they sin I go against them, man?
Yeah, man.
God, within the poor people, all him when the soul for wickedness, him, the worst is yet to come. Wait, man. You think you done it? And this man, yeah, is so dry.
Good question. If your eye dry, your eye dry for real.
But me never say a dry eye, man. Boy. But you never had fair go to people. I've found the people so much wickedness and all kind of sitting and I go to people. I beg them to vote for him. But I'm not really love him to come to me, you know, man. Because I done with him.
Nah.
I rebuke him and give him the blood of Jesus. May I tell you, man, God in this, you see that blood on Friday? I don't know where them get it, but may I tell you, man, the best song that ever come to cramp and paralyze the wicked people. The blood and fire. I'm one them play right up in the here, right up till the election. Blood and fire because the devil don't like you about the blood of Jesus Christ. Burn them up. Burn them out, man. Yeah, man, blood and fire. The demons don't like it, you know, because them all leeches
Thank you,
all about the
Tamika.
place, wicked people. Them.
Tamika, join in our box. Let me ask you one question.
Man, the best thing that ever come, man.
Join in our box, Tamika. Let me ask you something. We soon get ready. Tamika, join quick. Let me ask you a question before then start the debate. Tamika, join the box. She gone. She not coming in the box. Alright, I'm gonna line up now. What, 10 minutes left? I'm gonna line up myself for the I line up myself for the debate now.
So I know that the man push out no manifesto now.
Him put you out Sunday night.
I know Sunday night when them did a man to go be.
Denise, good night.
I feel like them.
Somebody phone a ring?
Yeah, my phone.
Think God asleep, man. God neither sleep nor slumber.
Yes, man, in a pajama.
All right. Listen, I have a friend in America, and she said, "My whole heap of clippings and so on." And she tell me, "Say, boyfriend, this election business and pressure just keep on going up." I ever tell her, just pray, man, and relax yourself, man, because we have it. We have to take it home. Say, no, but you can't wait till Wednesday come to hear whatever if we calm her down.
Yes.
So take it easy, man. Jesus.
9 o'clock, the debate has start.
People just want that freedom, you know?
Yes, man, but you know the America, should they?
But already they want to say
yes, man, everything all right. People want freedom. People want freedom.
Some other people are come from the time, but now come out of this administration.
Yes, them now come for the investment or nothing at all. You know, and give this man more money, make him teeth, no more. And man, I go on stage with him belly full of call pimpy, all dog and all them sitting there. Me say them man, go out him and stand up the same way. Jesus. What if I think you know the one? What if I say no one? What if? Never got the country. Never got the country and the in a Sodom and Gomorrah. Me say I never see Jamaica like this yet. First me see this. First me witness this. Me at 62 years of age when I first ever see Jamaica. Me at 60 had another first me ever see this. In the, if you come down, man. When you are well and pan, so come down, man. Man, touch you in the election in the one call it. Jesus, this is a wicked man, yeah? Yeah, for go man. Like I one time, you know? Yeah. But this man I run the place like him I run patty shop, like I yard him I run. One time, man, like time belongs to him, so
Yeah.
one time. This man that got key code, man, he got man show him some sign, it's great. Is not necessarily the best place to have this to the accountability question of integrity commission. I just time. Man, time we don't know, man. You hear me like them I say about the platform and I like to talk about integrity sitting under that. The question as to whether or not
somebody play something in the background, mute the mic.
In how persons perceive the performance.
Simone, what go on? Time come, yes. Miss D, good night. George Smiley, good night. Let me get back over. See what go on. Alright, so we're going to anticipate.
Prematurity is a medical condition, not a cause of death. I am not speaking to you as just a politician, not as a PNP, not as a doctor, but as a Jamaican. We must put Jamaicans first. We must modernize hospitals and clinics, expand primary care, train and keep more nurses and doctors, strengthen maternal and child health, and expand mental health services in every parish. This is about more than healthcare. It is about life, dignity, and hope. Because in a new Jamaica, no mother should fear losing.
No, it has started. So start though.
Them talk about PNP, this PNP, that.
Jamaica,
time comes.
Bluetooth mode.
Was paid for by the People's National Party.
Connected.
Is paid for by the People's National Party.
In every constituency, on every issue, the People's National Party has assembled the strongest, most diverse slate of candidates in a generation. From doctors ready to heal our broken health system, to educators building a smarter Jamaica, business people growing the economy, legal minds defending justice, and community advocates speaking truth to power. This is a team chosen for competence, compassion, and commitment. Led by Mark Golding, a good man with a good plan. This is not politics as usual. This is the team to rescue Jamaica, rebuild our future, and restore pride in leadership. Jamaica, time come.
The proceeding was paid for by the People's National Party.
Jobs and wages. So many of you said you wanted to become successful, to help out your families and enjoy your life. Do you realize that many of the world's largest businesses today are in the same age range as many of you? Amazon, 28, Google, 24, Facebook, 18, Instagram, 12, and TikTok is 6. New technologies will continue to disrupt and supersede existing industries. And as the world goes increasingly digital, Jamaica must not be left behind. We need our own digital transformation, bringing affordable broadband internet to every Jamaican home to help our young Jamaicans to compete and outshine their peers across the world. Your vote can help us to make those necessary changes. Find out everything you need to know about voting at markgoldingja.com/vote. Remember, get out and vote. Your voice, your vote, your choice.
The following is paid for by the People's National Party.
Keisha,
What?
why am I never saying the exam?
I never have enough money to pay the school fees, so I just couldn't do the exam.
Hold on, Keisha, hold on.
What?
Saying I hear about the PNP first in the family program.
No. What?
It's a program where if you're the first in your family, say attend college or university, you get a scholarship for funding.
But me already there college, that not nothing to do with me.
Isha.
When I hear what you was saying is, go ahead and talk.
No, me, they must say, Emily, I said the Prime Minister come tired and some kind of all over the country at night and all this. They say, might come tired. So, man, I said to him, say that he must know to prepare for whatever. Oh my God.
Our man come on since night and say, after I'm done the debate, him a got sentence.
I'm tired, tired yet. I'm around upon now, I look good. Markie well relaxed. Markie have a nice smile. Hey, come Markie too.
Alright. Couple minutes left. We're going to listen to PNP.
It can help to cap student loan payments at a manageable percentage of your actual income so that the state, not you, the student, bears the risks of low pay or unemployment. And if you lose your job and you're unemployed, we will suspend loan payments and tack them to the back end of your loan without any penalties. That's what your vote can do. Find out everything you need to know about voting at markgoldingja.com/vote. Remember, get out and vote. Your voice, your vote, your choice. Domestic violence is higher than ever. Violent crime is fed by a general lack of moral norms, discipline, and behavioral standards in this society. We must address this. Time come to establish legislation with effective mechanisms and remedies to protect survivors. Time come to implement support centers in every parish to provide safe havens for the survivors of domestic violence and sexual assaults. Your vote matters. Jamaican people want better. Crime and safety. Your future depends on the right measures for crime being put in place. And I think you're mature and smart enough to realize it's not just about police and soldiers patrolling the streets. It has to start with healing ourselves and our communities and giving our at-risk youth a second chance to become productive citizens. Many of you will know a young person that the education system failed, who, if he or she had that second chance through mentorship, training, remedial education, and job placement, could become a positive contributor to our society instead of chopping and pushing badness. Time come to use your vote to change that. Find out everything you need to know about voting at markgoldingja.com/vote. Remember, get out and vote. Your voice, your vote, your choice.
The following is paid for by the People's National Party.
Brought to you by the Jamaica Debates Commission in association with Scotiabank for Every Future, Kendall, the taste of quality, Sagicor Group, building trust one generation at a time, Glow, NCB, ARC Manufacturing, Water, JN Group, Lasco Chin Foundation, Pan Jamaica Group, Miss Birdie, H&L Homes, and VM Group. Tonight, we focus on the leaders. Our moderator is Archibald Gordon.
Good evening. Welcome to the final of 3 general election debates organized by the Jamaica Debates Commission, staged before a live studio audience. The debates are intended to assist in identifying, clarifying, and understanding the issues being presented in this general election campaign. This evening's debate focuses on the leaders. Members of the panel of questioners are Dion Jackson Miller, Radio Jamaica 94 FM.
Yeah.
And Giovanni Dennis, CVM TV. Taking and presenting questions from the public is our social media editor, Amoy Harriet, from CVM TV. I am your moderator, Archibald Gordon. As is customary, the audience
Starting
is
now.
not to applaud the debaters except for now, after we announce each debater. Tonight, representing the People's National Party is party leader Mr. Mark Golding. Representing the Jamaica Labour Party is party leader Dr. Andrew Holness. The guidelines for tonight's debates have been previously agreed and are posted on the Debate Commission's website at www.jamaicadebatescommission.org. The guidelines include questions being no longer than 30 seconds, and each debater is allowed 90 seconds to respond to each question, and rebuttals are limited to 45 seconds. The questions posed in tonight's debate will come from two sources. The first source is you, the public. Send us your questions via direct message on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to Jamaica Debates. These will be checked, selected, and asked by our social media editor. The second source of questions is from our panel of journalists. Questions are not influenced by the Jamaica Debates Commission in any way. Our sign language interpreters tonight are Dorothy Williams and Terrian Bernard from the Caribbean Christian Center for the Deaf. Based on a previous coin toss, our first question tonight comes from Dion Jackson Miller of the RGR Group, and it will be directed to Dr. Andrew Holness.
Dr. Holness, government members have recommended taking the Auditor General off the Integrity Commission. There have been changes made by your administration to the Office of Political Ombudsman that have virtually destroyed its effectiveness as a check on the behavior of politicians. And there have been constant attacks by members of your administration on the Integrity Commission and on media and civil society groups that criticize your administration. Shouldn't Jamaicans be concerned about what appears to be a pattern by your administration of undermining oversight bodies in the public sector, civil society, and media?
There is absolutely no attempt by my administration and indeed myself to undermine any oversight body. Indeed, we have acted to strengthen and make them far more efficient in placing the oversight of the political ombudsman under the office of the Electoral Commission. That's a move to strengthen and give it far more institutional framework. I myself have been very complimentary and acted in a very dignified way as it relates to the Integrity Commission.
Mr. Golding will have the opportunity to respond.
There has been a definite pattern of hostility from the Jamaica Labour Party government towards the institutions mentioned in the question, in particular the Integrity Commission, largely because it is well known that there are at least 10 members of Parliament who are under investigation for illicit enrichment, a serious corruption offence, of which the only one to be known is the one for whom a report has been completed and sent to the Parliament, which is you, Andrew. As a result of that, they have done their very best to try to neuter that critical institution, including the Prime Minister bringing that institution to court to undermine its effectiveness and indeed eliminate it entirely.
Our next question comes from Giovanni Dennis, and it goes to Mr. Mark Golding.
Mr. Golding, Keith Duncan says the PNP's proposal to increase the income tax threshold to 3.5 million is impractical and impossible to fund without new taxes. Can you explain how these planned tax breaks will work without hurting the economy?
The context in which we have decided to increase the threshold to 3.5 million is the hollowing out of the middle class in this country. Working families finding it extremely difficult to make ends meet. And we believe with the debt to GDP ratio having now, after 13 and a half years of belt tightening and austerity, having now reached the cusp of the target of 60% of GDP introduced into the fiscal rules in law under Portia Simpson Miller, this is a time, this year it's expected actually, with the readjustment of the definition and calculation of GDP, This is the year that we expect to achieve that target. That will release 2.5% to 3% of GDP of additional resources, which were not previously budgeted for in the fiscal policy paper. That is more than sufficient to pay for our entire program, including the $3.5 million increase to $3.5 million of the tax threshold, which will make our civil servants and our middle managers, and indeed most of Jamaicans who are presently suffering under the high burden of the cost of living, have money that they can spend. They can fix up their homes, extend their homes with a room, buy a car if they don't have one, pay down debt where they may be in arrears. It is necessary to preserve the country from brain drain and to keep the society intact.
Dr. Holness now has the opportunity to respond.
The hollowing out of the middle class is an act of the PNP. They totally decimated the middle class. It is the Jamaica Labour Party that introduced the increase in the non-tax threshold that recreated a middle class in Jamaica. In fact, when you look at the salary profile of PAYE contributors, you would see that their salaries have all risen. It is the Jamaica Labour Party through the compensation review that has increased salaries by over 200 billion Jamaican dollars for public sector workers. The current proposal of the PNP is unworkable.
It's now time for a question from social media. We're going to Amoy Harriet.
Thanks, Archie. Our first social media question tonight comes from Instagram. Shania in Kingston, she says, low voter turnout suppresses the effectiveness of a democratic society. Many Jamaicans refuse to vote because they believe both parties are corrupt. What would you say to the significant population of non-voters? And if elected, how will you hold politicians accountable for offenses against the people instead of protecting them?
So in this instance, the question, you have 90 seconds to answer, and we begin with Dr. Holness.
Corruption is a serious problem in our country, and corruption requires strong leadership. From my position as Prime Minister, I have taken action against any member of my political party that has been involved or accused of anything that suggests corruption.
That's a big lie.
In my own case, I have been investigated for a year with an expert forensic auditor. The findings of that report have suggested no corruption. There have been no charges. Every aspect of my report, every aspect of my personal life and my personal financial details are in the public domain. I am the politician about which Jamaica knows the most. And therefore, I am the politician who can stand with the greatest moral authority to treat with any matter that is considered corrupt, as I have done in
with 8 of them in your cabinet right now.
Assurance to the Jamaican people that you know me, you know about me, you can trust me, and you know that I stand.
Brother, dry, Auntie P, good night.
Mr. Golding has the opportunity to respond to that social media question as well.
Andrew, what they know about you is that you have 28 bank accounts, that you received several $1 million in cash deposits from anonymous donors in your bank account, that your companies had transactions of over $400 million, several thousand transactions between them, and that Positive Jamaica Foundation, a non-profit which you are intimately connected with, provided resources which you use for personal investments through your personal company. We have signed the Leadership Code of Conduct developed by Integrity Commission. All of our spokespersons and myself have signed. None of your people have signed it. I am committed to ensuring that all members of the executive, when we form government, will have their declarations published, not just the leader of the opposition and what should happen, but hasn't happened in your case because you're not certified, the Prime Minister. So the whole question that has been asked is an excellent question, and we really need to step up our vigilance against corrupt behavior, nepotism, and cronyism. The volume of scandals under this Jamaica Labour Party government is unprecedented. Over the number of ministers who have had to be removed from frontline duty, many of them parked in the naughty corner in OPM rather than being sacked. It is a disgrace to the country, and your personal situation where you're operating under a deep cloud because your Integrity Commission declarations are not certified also is something which Jamaica cannot go forward with.
Markie, go on with
We'll now
yourself,
take a short break and we invite you to stay tuned.
Marcus, you have one man.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
What say you guys? What say you guys and Markie? What say you guys? Give me the feedback from the first. Type in the comment. Wanna think Marka go on? Marka go on, man.
Man? Question upon him, man.
And Tim Davis start Mark never name out the corruption name them yet.
No.
Name them out.
Yeah, good so far. Good so far.
Count on them there now.
Tight name good man, a good tight.
You could have seen all on your head a while ago, you know. Eat him, man. Eat him.
Man, hold on your head and I write it, not even hold up your head.
Yeah, man.
Hold up your head.
Hello, good night. Hold on. Let me take off the Bluetooth.
Mash up, you know.
Alright, go ahead, Roy. Hold on, let me put you on speaker.
Andrew need divine intervention. He's under severe attack and I don't think he can recover in no way. Right now. He need divine. Only God can help him. I mean, I think him and God are friend.
So he need, so I need for go repent then, man.
I win the election.
So you don't believe you can repent by Wednesday and get forgiveness?
Well, even before we talk about Wednesday, we are talking about tonight and the debate so far. The way the corner where Mark Golding put him in at the beginning, him can't come out of that corner there. You ever watch the fight with Mike Tyson and some other fighter?
Yeah.
Where Mike Tyson finished them in the first round?
Back in the days, remember, man.
Alright, I just reached Andrew. Andrew dead from first round, you know?
He dead from the first round. He cramp for sure.
Cramp. I don't know what next question coming up, you know? Ask the rest of the people, them, if me and talk foolishness, me have to listen to them.
And tell me when they start back, you know.
What kind of foolishness, man?
Tamika.
Yes, Auntie Jenny. Auntie Jenny, the man lie him as
if he lie, as sophisticated.
As say him is a pathological liar.
Yeah.
Eh? My goodness. Eh? The man say under him regime. None of him members them can't do no corruption when him at the head of the corruption.
God have mercy. You see where I'm going? You start back and tell me when they start. You not hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Alright.
Go look now. Go look now.
Mr. Perry, when gone.
What a wicked act.
Andrew get beat now. Andrew get beat.
And the way on line up.
From this generation
to the next. At the end of the debate, you must see I'm winning.
You must say winning, man. And the bar run, I said I win too.
Your vote can help eliminate the requirement of a guarantor for students to access a student loan.
I first thing get to talk to Jamaica people about it, you know.
At a manageable percentage of your actual income. So
but
that the state,
remember I don't pay them to come on social media come say
me. No, but that now got help me with Jamaica people and foreign already decided.
Suspend loan payments and tack them to the back end of your
start
loan
already,
without
last
any
time.
penalties. That's what your
you're saying a start, yeah.
Find out everything you need to know about voting.
It's which is start now and to go back them not take long man.
I'm going back, fine.
Remember, get out and vote. Your voice, your vote, your choice.
Bluetooth mode. Connected.
Domestic violence is higher than ever. Violent crime is fed by a general lack of moral norms, discipline, and behavioral standards in this society. We must address this. Time come to establish legislation with effective mechanisms and remedies to protect survivors. Time come to implement support centers in every parish to provide safe havens for the survivors of domestic violence and sexual assaults. Your vote matters.
Jamaican people want better.
Crime and safety. Your future depends on the right measures for crime being put in place. And I think you're mature and smart enough to realize it's not just about police and soldiers patrolling the streets. It has to start with healing ourselves and our communities and giving our at-risk youth a second chance to become productive citizens. Many of you will know a young person that the education system failed, who, if he or she had that second chance through mentorship, training, remedial education, and job placement, could become a positive contributor to our society instead of...
Stop back.
Welcome back to the Leaders Debate presented by the Jamaica Debates Commission. We invite you, the public, to send us your questions via direct message on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to Jamaica Debates. We now ask Dion Jackson Miller to start this segment with a question for Mr. Mark Golding.
Going back to the income tax proposal, Mr. Golding, because several people have been taking issue with your numbers. The PNP's assertion that it can fund the proposal through projected revenue growth doesn't seem to take into, as well as organic revenue growth, doesn't seem to take into account increase in expenditure. That's also projected, as well as low growth rates that no government in recent years has managed to overcome. Isn't it true that your numbers just don't add up?
The fiscal policy paper does project over the next 3 years some $160 billion of additional revenue. The degree to which there are company expenses will depend on how we manage the expense side of the budget. There's also the fact that there are $360 billion of programs in the budget that represent the priorities of a given government at a particular point in time. When we are elected, we're not going to be elected to maintain the current trajectory that Jamaica is on. People want to see change. And most fundamentally, the issue really is the fact that we are coming to the end of the period of austerity, the period where Jamaica has been for 13 and a half years, steadfastly paying down debt. So the debt to GDP ratio, which we inherited at 147% of GDP at the beginning of 2012, is now, in this fiscal year, projected to achieve the target of 60% of GDP. Once that happens, we no longer have to reduce debt as a priority. We just have to maintain that debt profile. That will release resources of 2.5% to 3% of GDP, which is close to $90 billion of additional resources, which no longer have to be part of your primary surplus target. So we will be able to fund our program quite comfortably come April next year, when the fiscal year starts.
Dr. Holness?
There is a song which says, when the rum tells you you're a big dancer. I don't know what the leader of the opposition was drinking. Firstly, the debt to GDP for this fiscal year is not projected to be 60%. It is projected to be 65% thereabouts. If the leader of the opposition is depending on growth to provide the revenues for $75 billion of expenditure, the country would have to grow between 8 and 10%, which has not done that since the 60s. Thirdly, yes, there are $300 billion of programs. What are these programs? Pharmaceuticals.
Thank you, Dr. Holness. Thank you, Dr. Holness. Our next question is from Giovanni Dennis, and it goes to Dr. Holness.
Dr. Holness, you said on February 7, 2016 in Sam Sharp Square, Montego Bay, within our first 100 days in government, we will start the legislative process to fix the general election date in Jamaica. It's been 3,490 days since. In your May 2016 budget debate, you further stated, the country should not be distracted by protracted periods of uncertainty. Yet, that's exactly what happened with this year's election. After 2 consecutive terms in office, you have failed to deliver on this promise. Why?
Your research into this matter, I respect the question, is incomplete. At the calling of the 2020 general elections, I explained to the public in Parliament that our government actually started work on fixed election date. And we found that it was inconsistent with our constitutional arrangements.
So
and therefore, we did not include
in our constitution
in our 2020 manifesto. It is no longer a part of our platform. More to that, however, is the fact that in seeking to have all of these previous considerations included, we went about putting in place a constitutional reform commission that would bring all the considerations for constitutional reform under an expert review. That expert review was thwarted by the opposition. So, yes, these considerations were considered from 2016, but the reality of our constitutional arrangement made us take a different route, which is to go to a comprehensive constitutional reform, which was frustrated by the opposition.
Over to Mr. Golding to respond.
Just before I respond, just to point out that Mr. Holness's data is not current. The Fiscal Commissioner issued a release, I think it was today actually, indicating that with the National System of Accounts being updated, GDP has been adjusted, and we're now at 62% of GDP. That's what the debt is at the end of March this year, and we will more than likely achieve 60% this fiscal year. No, please, you're not entitled to do that. The flip-flopping from the Prime Minister is manifest. They were supposed to have impeachment. There's no impeachment. Fixed election day, no fixed election day. Ring fencing the NHT, they have taken over $130 billion out of the NHT. Cannot be trusted.
Just reminding that there is a format to the debate and asking the debaters to respect the format.
So,
to which they have agreed.
Andrew,
it's now time to go to the next question.
Andrew,
Amor Harriet, over to you.
Yeah, totally lick him,
This question comes from
Jinai.
Parliament has passed a constitutional amendment bill and a referendum bill to transition Jamaica into a republic. Could you clarify the economic and administrative implications of this transition and how you intend to ensure that the process doesn't distract from Jamaica's economic priorities like debt reduction, investment diversification, and public services?
That question goes to Mr. Golding first, and then to Dr. Holness.
In answer to the question, we can whistle and ride. So we have done very well as a nation in reducing our public debt. We ensured that the fiscal rules were very strong with an algorithm, an equation in the fifth schedule to the Financial Administration Auditor that determines the fiscal balance that must be hit by each year's budget, and that has ensured that successive governments have stayed on course to take it down to 60%. We can do constitutional reform, but it requires authentic consultation with the people, and there must be an effort to have bipartisan consensus on critical issues. And we have not been able to achieve that consensus yet on the critical issue of decolonization, in particular our final court, which is now the Privy Council, the King's Court, that makes orders in the name of the King, as opposed to the regional court, which has been established, the Caribbean Court of Justice, which Jamaica helped to design, helped to fund, and which has developed over the last 20 years a reputation for independence and excellence. There are aspects of the bills that are in Parliament now that we have big problems with. In particular, the fact that effectively it will allow the Prime Minister to appoint the President, because a simple majority of both houses will do it if we do not agree who that person is. I think that is wrong. I think that the President of the country must command the trust and confidence of both sides of the political aisle, and indeed the wider public.
Dr. Holness?
To be clear, the bills before Parliament do not give the Prime Minister the ability to appoint the President. We are the party that have advanced the greatest, the process of repatriating our sovereignty. I am a Jamaican through and through, and I want to see my country's sovereignty represented by a Jamaican. It puzzles me as to why the opposition is trying to frustrate this. The opposition says we must always consult the people. Yet they do not want to consult the people on a fundamental architecture of our society, our final court of appeal. They are inconsistent, they are hypocritical, flip-floppers. They were the ones who nudged, encouraged, and agreed with the government that a process should be started for the repatriation of our sovereignty. Midway the process, they have turned around to say they have challenges with it. What is it that they really want? Are you truly a Jamaican?
It's time for our next question. It is from Dion Jax Miller, and it goes to Mr. Golding.
Mr. Golding, the PNP is promising a tax break for small businesses for the first 3 years of formally incorporating, as well as a raft of other targeted tax relief measures. How do you respond to criticisms that your tax plan reintroduces inefficiencies, tax avoidance, and corruption into the tax system that have been eliminated over the past 15 years?
First of all, I think the Prime Minister repeated innuendo or direct attack which has been leveled by his party on my nationality. And, you know, I just wanted to just make it absolutely clear that I am indeed born here as a Jamaican. Here is my birth certificate, and it shows I was born at the University Hospital on July 19th, 1965, and it's right here. I hope your camera can pick it up. And I have a copy for you, Prime Minister, right here. And I wish you could provide me with a copy of your certification, but of course you can't do so. Now, on the question of tax, it is quite, there's a third schedule to the GCT Act now, which has a number of a long list of items which are not subject to GCT that are exempt. We feel that laptops and other devices are critical tools of trade, and it is wrong to tax them, and we are going to add them to that list. And similarly, sports equipment, which is vital for social cohesion. Sports is a critical part of keeping young people away from straying down the wrong path and so on. Why are we taxing those items? That cost of living is already high. So I don't agree. The system we have already caters for items which should not be taxed. And we're simply saying we want to adjust those items to include things that should be there but are not yet there.
Dr. Holness?
The Jamaica Labour Party is the only political organization to have reduced taxes. We reduced the GCT
man can't birth certificate with it.
And we have done so in a way that has not compromised our revenues or the sustainability of future programs. All, and I repeat, all the tax suggestions and promises of the opposition will compromise our fiscal arrangements and place us back in debt or result in increased taxes. The best way to provide social services is to identify the persons who need it.
Thank you, Dr. Holness. Our next question is from Giovanni Dennis, and it goes to Dr. Holness.
The Rio Cobre is a major water source for the St. Catherine Plains and communities in and around Spanish Town. Yet, since 2019, under your watch as Environment Minister, there have been close to a dozen chemical spills, causing fish kills and disrupting lives. You say you're a champion of the environment. Why hasn't there been tougher sanctions for the repeated breaches of environmental permits by the companies culpable?
The Jamaica Labour Party has put in very tough sanctions.
You're not putting nothing there.
Including the requirement for the provision of bonds. We are the only government to have called these bonds and brought polluters to court. We have also started the process of studying the Rio Cobre to ensure that there is no discharge into the Rio Cobre. And this is something that I am personally very serious about, and we will put in legislation to end discharge into the Rio Cobre. It becomes even more important as we have now put in place the Content Rio Cobre water project, for which we are pulling 15 million gallons of water from the Rio Cobre per day. So we must protect that asset, and I give the public my sincere commitment that we will protect the real people.
Mr. Golding?
Quickly, just to say that the JLP is not the only party to have reduced taxes. The PNP reduced the personal income tax rate from 33.3% to 25%. We reduced the GCT rate from 17.5% to 16%. There's been reductions of taxes on both sides. They plan to reduce, they say, income tax from 25 to 15, which is going to help the rich and the ministers who pay themselves 200+ % pay increases. On the environmental issue, you are the one who overturned NEPA's decision not to grant a permit for the mining of the Dry Harbor Mountains, which is a very sensitive nature reserve. You're flip-flopping again, Andrew.
Our next question is from social media. Over to Amoy Harriot.
Well, Archie, Delanor says many Jamaicans would like to see the full rollout of body-worn cameras on our police officers, even more so now, given the increase in fatal police shootings. Will this be something that you'll prioritize should you be elected?
Mr. Golding will respond first. First of all, I think it's very important to acknowledge and commend the excellent work done by the police force over the last year and a half in bringing the rate of violent crime, in particular murders in the country, down from the intolerable levels where it had been under this government. More murders committed in Andrew Holness's 2 years in office than any other 2-year term in the history of Jamaica. The police have finally abandoned the failed policies that we did our best to stop, the mass use of states of emergency, which the court has ruled as unconstitutional, and have gone now to a much more targeted approach, a much more strategically sound approach. Having said that, we do feel that it's very important that the public as a whole must have trust and confidence in the police, because the police rely on intelligence and information from the public. And therefore, if the public feel that there's excessive use of force and there's no accountability for it, they're not going to be as cooperative as we need them to be. I think, therefore, it's in the interests of the Jamaican society and the police themselves to have the benefit of body-worn cameras, especially when they go on special operations. So there can be no question, nobody can accuse them wrongly of having used excessive force when the force was legitimate as used. And to the extent that there may occasionally be an excessive use of force, the persons are held accountable for that in accordance with the law. That's what the rule of law requires.
Dr. Holness?
The government is already in the process of procuring and acquiring body-worn cameras. Several thousands of them are under procurement and will be deployed shortly to the police force. We consider this as absolutely important in giving confidence to the public regarding the actions of the police force. And the police themselves want to have these cameras as protection for themselves. Interestingly, however, the leader of the opposition states that the states of public emergency did not work. Now, murders under the PNP increased to over 1,000 murders in 1997 and remained there for over 30 years. It is the Jamaica Labour Party in 3 consecutive years that have reduced murders by 55%. The states of public emergency were supported by the PNP when Peter Phillips was the leader of the opposition, and it reduced murders by 27%. Since we did not have the cooperation of the opposition, murders went up. A question must be asked: who is responsible for the increase in murders when there was a tool that could have saved lives?
But you were using the tool wrong.
It is a serious question.
Now, Giovanni Dennis has indicated that he would like to ask one of his 2 follow-up questions. I believe that question will go to
Mr. Golding.
Mr. Golding.
Mr. Golding, I want to go back to the matter of your dual citizenship. It took days for you to confirm that you held dual citizenship and weeks for you to renounce it. Why didn't you acknowledge the issue up front, and why should Jamaicans believe you will be forthcoming with them on any issue, even if it's uncomfortable in the first instance?
I didn't hesitate to acknowledge dual citizenship. I was born in Jamaica. I had a British father, and I inherited British citizenship by descent from him. And that's lawful under the laws of Jamaica, and indeed parliamentarians in Jamaica are permitted to be dual nationals. I therefore didn't consider it to be something which was problematic. However, when it was raised last year and politicized, I decided I want to know what the Jamaican people felt about it, because I thought really my response ought to be driven by them. We did an internal poll. It showed that a majority thought I should renounce, and so I did. And I renounced my British citizenship in August last year.
Dr. Holness, rebuttal?
You know, this is a strange one. A man who wants to represent his country must choose his country. He doesn't need to ask anyone. He should choose. And that's why we say
Then the
we
same
choose
country same way.
Jamaica. It is indeed of
come on with a
concern
full argument.
that it was not until
Him never have to
your
renounce it
40s
neither, you know, and he shouldn't
when you
renounce it
were
neither.
becoming a minister of government that you sought to
Because
have
Matthew
a
Samuda in that
Jamaican
house, I mean, hear nobody else say nothing about
It
it.
is not your birth that makes you Jamaican. It is the choices you make for your country, including
Stop your
supporting a
nonsense about
process
under your birth
that
make
would
him be
make
Jamaican.
a Jamaican head of state
Stop
here,
talk foolishness to the Jamaican
including
people.
getting a Jamaican passport.
That's
Our
nonsense. Say, I know
next
because you're
question
born
is
and
from
make you a
social media
Jamaican.
over to Amoy, and that
That's not
question will go
nonsense.
to
I
Ms.
first
Golden.
hear this and madness, sir.
On TikTok, Taj says, given the current negotiations surrounding the U.S. Keep Call Centers in America Act and its potential to impact over 50,000 Jamaican BPO workers, how does your administration plan to safeguard both employment and livelihoods for young Jamaicans if outsourcing opportunities decline?
That's a good question, and the truth is that the evolution of technology, especially the advent of artificial intelligence, is also a threat to the type of services that are provided through outsourcing. So we are going to have to ensure that we try and upskill our existing workforce so that they can be trained to do the type of tasks that technology isn't going to be as adept at dealing with as human beings. And we also have to provide other avenues for employment for young people. That's why we're going to establish the Youth Innovation Fund, which will provide grants and loans to young people to get them into business if they want to get into business. And it will enable them to pursue their talents in tech or in creative industries or any other area of endeavor so that they can express themselves, help to monetize their talent and build brand Jamaica. And so those are the types of things that need to be done. We also want to emphasize training and the role of the private sector in training. We'll be giving an incentive, a dollar-for-dollar matching of all businesses who invest in upskilling and training. We will match their investment through the HEART program to encourage them to invest further in training and upskilling the workforce so they can employ more people in higher paying jobs. Right now, too many of our people are struggling in low income jobs, low wage jobs, low tech jobs.
The same question goes to Dr. Holness.
Well, let me give you some practical and real answers instead of airy-fairy stuff. Jamaica is already positioning itself for nearshoring and friendly shoring of the recalibration of the global supply chain. And that is why we have made a massive investment in the Caymana's development and in Raintree. These are real investments that will bring production to Jamaica and jobs to Jamaica. We have already started to ensure that over 120,000 Jamaican youths can access training free of cost on the HEART. And much of that training is in support of not just BPO, but logistics. But more than that, we saw the change in technology coming and the impact it will have. And that is why we have invested in a coding and technology academy, the Amber Heart Academy, where hundreds of Jamaican youth are trained in not just the basics, but as high up as data science. Because what we want to create in our society are the trained skills that can attract the jobs that
The young
we
people
are
them too.
already
We need to
negotiating
stop
for.
attack like
You
this.
have
Too.
a government that
We need to change
understands
some of our young
the
people for the
changing global
farming
dynamics,
Thank you, Dr.
putting in
Honest.
place measures to take advantage of
Some of our young people need
We'll
for
now
the
take a short
farming.
break and we invite you to stay tuned.
The general elections debate.
A lot of our young people, we can't go tell them about technology. We have to walk away from this and go technology to make them make money.
I bring in the make man.
We don't need only that for them. We not talk about some innovation to teach them agriculture. They can make livelihood from that. What about that?
Jenny,
Yes, ma'am.
they ask the question. There's this question that Giovanni asks about the BPO sector. Technology is a man-made system, and that can crash at any
time. Yeah.
Anytime that can crash.
And what I believe they should do, both parties, is to have like a hub system in Jamaica. We have a lot of land sitting, just wasting away. What I mean by the hub is this. Do joinings of garments here in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Ship it away back. That create work. Even doing parts of maybe cars or whatever.
Yeah.
We have a lot of places, a lot of lands here that is not using up. Open up place like a big place where you can have even we doing our bottles, plastic bottles or glass bottles.
Yeah.
That will bring in revenue as well. Because I'm not bashing anybody who work at call center in the BPO sector. But this is it with the BPO sector. A lot of them at $30,000 a 2 week then they work.
Really?
Some of them 45,000 a 2 week. You understand me?
I know so cheap them pay them.
Yes, may I tell you? And if you don't meet your goal, it's like get the bonus and stuff like that.
Oh, so then get a target.
Right. If you don't meet like certain goals, get certain incentive or whatever they have to offer.
Mark done win it already. If Mark bring in bird paper and get to Andrew and bring in a certification where I'm certified and tell Andrew for sure and FEMA, Andrew can show him FEMA one. Mark done win. We could have actually stopped watching it because it done. There's nothing Andrew can say again for win but that. That is the punch mark for the night.
Then I'll finish it, then taking a break for come back.
Me know, but me tell you say.
But apart, garment factory was doing so good in Jamaica.
Yeah, man, in the 80s,
they were doing so good in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yes, and it employed a lot of people, because I used to work there.
The thing about
me used to work a garment factory.
What happened with the garment factory? No, the dollar.
Some people from all
the dollar, the US dollar start to slide.
We have so many basic schools, so many high schools in Jamaica. And even you can have a factory, you can have a big outlet where they cater to make all of those PE gears.
Yes. A lot of things we can do, because all even food so sometimes are spoiling, could handle the processing and all them things.
Right, we can do processing.
Yes, man, we can do all that.
Yeah, factories, a lot of factories can fill up in Jamaica.
Yes. And like when the fruits them ready, you just use them up. Mango,
presented by
apple, whatever,
the Jamaica Debates Commission.
Store them. So them always have a food whatever.
And even, and the next thing too, what they can do, we plant a lot of ganjas here. And ganja is medicinal purpose, has its own medicinal purpose, because even this eye drop, what patient use in their eye for glaucoma, the key ingredients in that eye drop is marijuana.
You already
can
feel
use the same ganja make T-shirt, shampoo. There are so many things what can utilize here in Jamaica and make money and send off to the other part of the world. We need factories in Jamaica, big commercial factories in Jamaica.
All right, let's start back.
Debates. We now ask Dion Jackson Miller to start this segment with a question for Dr. Andrew Holness.
In 2021, you were appointed to the Queen's Privy Council and the Ancient Advisory Body, and your administration's recent attempt at constitutional reform would have seen the removal of the British monarch from Jamaica's parliament and executive in phase 1, but not from our judiciary. Opposition or no opposition, referendum or not, can you tell us your position, whether you support the removal of the Privy Council as Jamaica's final court, and if so, when?
My position is that Jamaica should have its own local court as its final appellate court. But I also do respect the Caribbean Court of Justice, of which we are a part of its original jurisdiction. I will say, however, that on a matter as important as this, that forms the architecture of our nation, the people must be consulted. And that is why I put in place a process that would begin these consultations in a practical and phased basis, a process which has been thwarted by the opposition. Now, the leader of the opposition raises questions about democracy. On one hand, he does not want to consult. He wants the government to just act without consulting with the people, but then turns around and says that we are the ones undermining democracy. The leader of the opposition must be consistent. Democracy requires us to consult the people on these critical
Did you
matters.
consult the people?
Mr. Golding?
Consult the people?
Yes, Mr. Holness, shortly before the visit of Prince William to Jamaica, became a member of the King's Privy Council. So one has to wonder how he was choosing Jamaica when he did that. Anyway, to answer the question, we want to follow the Constitution, and the Constitution has been ruled by the Privy Council as the highest court as not requiring a referendum for the decision as to whether or not the CCJ should become the final court replacing the Privy Council. And that is what we think ought to be done. No other country that has moved away from the Privy Council has had a referendum to do so, and there are good reasons for that.
Our next question is from Giovanni Dennis, and it goes to Mr. Golding.
Mr. Golding, the PNP under your leadership has flip-flopped on a number of issues. For example, Julian Robinson on May 16, 2023 said the opposition takes no issue with the massive salary increase for parliamentarians. The very next day, the PNP released a statement objecting to the increase. Why should Jamaicans trust that you won't similarly make about turns on promises you are making now?
When Julian said that in Parliament, he was referring to the principle of parliamentarians getting an increase. He wasn't addressing the specifics of what was being proposed. We hadn't had a discussion around those specifics. When we looked at the details and we saw the massive increase that the Prime Minister was proposing for himself and for his ministers, we felt it was unconscionable to do that in the context where the public sector workers had just had their salary negotiations under some duress in relation to the teachers in particular, finalized, and many of them were getting 20% over 2 years. That is why we had to clarify our position, because it was not in accordance with what we thought that principle demanded. Now, over time, thinking can evolve. People change their positions on issues. So, for example, we are looking at this whole question of the 3.5 salary the $3.5 million threshold increase. And we've seen where, as the debt target is achieved and resources can be released, it can be afforded. We weren't calling for 3.5 2 years ago, but we see that the need, inflation, etc., have happened. Cost of living pressures are there. Our evolution, our thinking has evolved, and we think that this is the right thing to do now, and we're committing ourselves to it. So, I don't think the criticism is justified.
Thank you, Mr. Golding. Dr. Holness now has...
I have to call out that the leader of the opposition is telling lies. Julian Robinson stood in Parliament and said he supported the increase. Clear, and the tapes are there. Secondly, he calls the increase unconscionable, yet he takes it. I, Andrew Michael Holness, did not take it. The option was available to him as well. I chose not to take it. The leader of the opposition says, I have 28 bank accounts. That is absolutely not true. The report of the Integrity Commission includes accounts that are closed, accounts that are dormant, insurance accounts, and investment accounts.
Thank you.
They have
Thank you,
weaponized
Dr. Holness. Our next question is from Dion Jackson Miller, and it goes to Dr. Holness.
Dr. Holness, in your 2016 manifesto, you said, quote, will make it mandatory that the appointment to sensitive posts be approved by a 2/3 majority in each House of Parliament, thereby requiring consensus between government and opposition. Now, the posts identified included the Office of Director of Public Prosecutions. Not only did you not implement this, but you disregarded the opposition's objections in the case of the recent extension, which led to a court case. Wasn't this a betrayal of the principle of bipartisanship that you had been proposing 9 years before?
Absolutely not. And indeed, in some instances, there are parliamentary review of sensitive positions. And I want to be also very clear that the constitutional reform process that we have put in place would take into consideration all of these proposals that were made. We cannot tinker with the Constitution, doing a little thing here and a little thing there, and therefore we decided to put it in a comprehensive process, again, which the opposition has thwarted. But since I have some time, let me also address some other issues about the leader of the opposition. In my own Integrity Commission report published in Parliament, there are no findings of corruption. All my assets are in Jamaica, and I have declared everything to the Integrity Commission. The leader of the opposition, however, also had a report from the Contractor General previously, which found that they benefited from public resources in an irregular way. They termed it a sweetheart deal. In my report, there is no such thing. None of my resources are ever connected to any public funds or any public resources. However, for the leader of the opposition, the report was very clear that their operations were considered to be irregular and a sweetheart.
Thank you, Dr. Holness. Mr. Golding has an opportunity to respond.
The Prime Minister has no interest in bipartisanship. He has strong dictatorial tendencies and really would prefer not to consult with the opposition at all if he didn't have to. And I say that based on my experience with him over the last 5 years. He talks about he didn't want to tinker with the Constitution. Then why did he seek to amend the Constitution as a one-off, tabling the bill and seeking to pass it on the same day to extend the DPP's tenure beyond what was constitutionally allowed? That was tinkering, Prime Minister, so come on. And in terms of Integrity Commission reports, my declarations have been certified every year as being proper. Yours have not, because you are under investigation for illicit enrichment.
Mr. Golding. Our follow-up question now, Dion Jackson has indicated she'd like to use the first of her follow-up questions.
On the same issue of the DPP's appointment, Principal Dr. Holness doesn't require constitutional amendments, though. And if it is that you were committed to the principle of bipartisanship, why would you have rejected such strongly worded opposition coming from the opposition leader?
End of the day, this matter was taken to the court, and the courts decided, and the DPP was reinstated. I want to also clarify something that the leader of the opposition said. The investigations carried out by the Integrity Commission are at an end. I am not currently under any investigation. There were no findings of corruption or charges. The leader of the opposition continues to try to weaponize these things because that is the only crutch he has to stand on. I, Andrew Holness, am thoroughly transparent.
Thank you, Dr. Holness. Thank you, Dr. Holness. Mr. Golding has the opportunity to respond.
Again, Andrew Holness is being disingenuous and tricky. The Integrity Commission referred his matters to the Financial Investigations Division, a law enforcement agency charged with investigating serious financial crimes, for further investigation. What was his response? When there was a vacancy at the head of it, he sought to appoint or influence the appointment of somebody who is his close personal friend and who had said publicly on nationwide radio that he didn't see anything wrong in the report on Mr. Holness's financial situation, the Integrity Commission's report. It was clearly a set-up job, and we feel that very strongly that this needs to be addressed.
Thank you, Mr. Golding. Our next question is from social media. I'm going to hand over to Amoy.
Malik on Facebook says, many Jamaicans feel the economic growth that's been reported hasn't lowered their grocery bills or electricity costs. How do you measure economic success beyond the statistics?
Dr. Holness has the opportunity to respond first.
The first measure is income. And 280,000 jobs have been created in Jamaica, which means that more Jamaicans have income. There is a rise in income.
They have income, but in
Let's look at the minimum wage. The Jamaica Labour Party government has tripled the minimum wage. So there are more Jamaicans earning more at the lower levels of our country. Further, access to basic amenities. 350,000 Jamaicans have access to potable water, and in our next term, we will ensure that the 900,000 Jamaicans which now don't have reliable or full access to water will have access to water. Transportation, public transportation. We have done an amazing job in reducing bus fares and increasing the convenience and efficiency of public transportation, including implementing a rural bus fare system. On electricity, we have reduced the GCT on electricity, a promise made by the previous government and not kept. We have done it in a sustainable way. But more importantly, we have not placed any new taxes on the people of Jamaica since our government has been managing the fiscal affairs of this country.
Mr. Golding has an opportunity to respond.
First of all, I think the question is sound because statistics don't tell the full picture. Jamaica's competitiveness has been falling, yet they say that we have record low unemployment. Several 100,000 Jamaicans are outside the labor force and are not measured for that purpose. And indeed, you're regarded as being employed if you're employed 1 hour a week. 55% of Jamaicans are suffering from food insecurity.
True.
That is what the United Nations says, the FAO, which is an agency of the UN, says. 55% of Jamaicans are not getting adequate nutrition. That is not consistent with prosperity or low poverty rates or low unemployment rates. As for transportation costs, those are extremely high for many Jamaicans, which is why we want to introduce the RIDE program, a subsidy for rural children to help them to get to school in an affordable way. It's $10,000 per child who needs it in each family. So if you have more than one child, each one of them would qualify for this, because we recognize that that is one of the causes of absenteeism in schools at the moment. As for electricity, the rate and cost of electricity under this government has gone way higher than where we left it at 23 cents per kilowatt hour. Now it's over 40. And as for the GCT, they are providing a subsidy at the moment, but they haven't said for how long, and there's no commitment to keep it on.
Thank you, Mr. Golding. We are now going to be taking a short break, and we invite you to stay tuned.
The general elections debates are presented by the Jamaica Debates Commission. Watch.
Marka hit the point there, man. Marka do better than me anticipate.
Paid for by the People's National Party.
Mark, sit them. Mark just want to talk a little faster, but you know me, I have to give it to him.
Him know in the well, man. Mark go lit
What people understanding is when people they tell lie, they talk fast.
Yeah, and I try
Yeah, me know still.
I try to
You
get
see, when a person they speak the truth,
I try to get aggressive
they
to
talk
you know.
slow and calm so you can understand and read through every line.
You realize everything he said, the opposition he can't declare, he can't talk for himself.
Yeah.
Right, he can't talk for himself. And
the whole of them come, all them talk about the opposition.
The opposition.
But at the same time, with Andrew, in the tell a lot of lies, and the lies them what in the tell. If the people them for back check. Because me even hear the young youth name Ajani ask him say, if what about in 2016 is when you were coming, he said you have a fixed date election.
The man
and
lies
then them the question there. And then you switch it and gone at 2020. When the gentleman they ask
in about that talk about 2016, yeah. But you're glad you observed that.
To keep things the way they are.
You're coming like when tough to dodge the health sector question. PLI Andrew go up there, chat.
Or a decision that will bring meaningful change.
Well, long before the uproar,
I say all him did nervous, you know.
School buses that the United States seems to have rejected as unfit for their own students.
We choose change to provide wider access to homes.
We've been talking a lot about taxation and
first of all,
there's
I
a
think
travel
the
advisory
Prime Minister repeated
advising of the port
innuendo or direct attack which has been leveled by his party on my nationality. And you know, I just wanted to just make it absolutely clear.
Mark a punching man, and they get a lot of punch. He's getting a lot of punch.
And it shows I was born at the University Hospital on July 19th, 1965. And it's right here, hope your cabinet can pick it up. And I have a copy for you, Prime Minister, right here. And I wish you could provide me with a copy of your certification, but of course you can't do so. First of all, I think the Prime Minister
that is run democratically, not autocratically. We choose a Jamaica where
I've sure you say Andrew don't know nothing either. In the last year when he come out about in Banya.
Yeah.
He never start. This is it. Me can't understand the JLP. You see, before you come to the public and I go talk something, take the facts.
Of evidence.
Because it will go against you somehow. Markie G born in Jamaica. And even if you have dual citizenship, that don't have nothing to do with it. For him cannot run the country.
Exactly.
No, he can't run it under that. No, he can't run it under dual citizenship. No way. Don't say that.
No, listen.
You don't know,
the Constitution rights is there. It is there.
It can be right. It's a Commonwealth.
Dual citizenship.
It can run it under dual citizenship. Talk foolishness. The concept, listen to me. The Constitution says if you're a member of the Commonwealth, you can be from Australia, UK, Canada, and live in Jamaica for 12 consecutive months, you can run as a member of parliament. And if you run as a member of parliament and in the House of Parliament, you can automatically become the Prime Minister. That's how we choose Prime Minister. And then people are leading Australia make not talk nonsense.
Yeah, but hold on, let me ask you something. So why is it that they keep on asking the man the one bag of question? Why is it they keep on doing it? Why is it if they
because they know Jamaica people. Because they know Jamaica people have no sense.
Because his father is a British.
Me know same father a British, but why?
Because his father is a British. It's like then they try to use that against him as a weapon. But yeah, but what is it? Anybody who fall in the Commonwealth.
Welcome back to the final segment of
All right, let's start back now.
We invite you, the public, to send us your questions via direct message on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to Jamaica Debates. Now, this segment actually begins with a follow-up question. Giovanni Dennis has indicated that he'd like to ask one of his follow-up questions, and that goes to Dr. Andrew Holness.
Dr. Holness, on the matter of your government's hostility towards accountability institutions, in a world where journalists reporting on the conflict in Gaza are being murdered, the constant attacks on the press in Jamaica by both political parties undermine press freedom and has been reflected in Jamaica's slippage on the World Press Freedom Index. We have just seen the release of the names of journalists that both political parties objected to participating in the national debates. Why do both parties continue to undermine press freedom and put journalists in danger?
To be clear, my political party does not undermine press freedom.
A lie.
To be clear, my political party did not object. The objections came from the PNP. And historically, it is the PNP that has been vociferous, including attacking a particular radio station. I personally have stayed away from any negative commentary about any journalists. Journalists are important, and I support strong journalism. And I want to make that absolutely clear. In the time I have, I will rebut. I am in no way associated with the head of the FID. My understanding is that the head of the FID is a friend.
Thank you, Dr. Holness. Thank you, Dr. Holness. Mr. Golding has the opportunity to respond.
Press freedom is a fundamental pillar on which democracy is based, and I and my party fully support press freedom. The Prime Minister said something which was untrue when he said that only our side objected to some journalists. Their side also objected. In fact, we objected to 3, they objected to 4 journalists, and the matter was eventually resolved, and here we are. And the truth is that some journalists in the country are not as independent as others, are not as professional as others, and it is quite legitimate to criticize persons who you don't feel are living up to the standards of their profession. But we would never do anything to threaten or undermine press freedom, or indeed to make any journalist feel unsafe. And if it ever happens, we'll take out whatever it needs to stop it happening.
Thank you, Mr. Golding. Our next question is from Dion Jax-Miller, and it goes to Mr. Golding.
Mr. Golding, Coswell Barnett is a blind Jamaican who is also a very experienced and very qualified teacher, but who was out of a job for 4 years. Now, your manifesto promises to protect the right of persons with disabilities. Those Jamaicans are disproportionately affected by poverty. Vision 2030 says that governments haven't been living up to a reserve a percentage of public sector jobs for persons with disabilities. That would have helped people like Mr. Barnett and others like him. Would a PNP government implement such a recommendation?
Thank you for that question, Dion. I come from a family that has delivered transformational national service to the country, in particular in the area of persons with disabilities. My father was the first orthopedic surgeon in Jamaica, and he established what was then the Polio Center, became the Mona Rehabilitation Center. And when he died in 1996, it was named after him. It's now called the Sir John Golding Rehab Center. He also established the Hope Valley Experimental School, a school for integrated education for able-bodied and children with disabilities. 2 parliamentarians went to that school, and he established the National Road Safety Council, because of his awareness of the fact that many people who end up with disabilities is as a result of road traffic accidents. I am and we are very committed to implementing the UN Convention for the Persons with Disabilities, which Jamaica was the first country in the hemisphere to sign. And we are the ones who passed the Disabilities Act, brought it to Parliament. This government took 7 years to bring it into effect. We're glad it's in effect, but it needs to be actualized now in practice so that persons with disabilities feel and see the benefits of it. We are fully committed to that, and we are going to establish a National Disabilities Fund to aid persons with disabilities so that they can have their assistive aids, they can get help to establish themselves in business at home, and improve sidewalks for their transportation. We are committed to the community of persons with disabilities.
Dr. Holness has the opportunity to respond.
To be clear, one of the things that I'm very proud of is that my administration has reserved under special orders through the NHD houses for persons with disability. They have a direct access. Under the new social housing program, we make it a point of duty to support persons with disabilities, and many persons with disabilities have benefited. Our administration have brought into effect the Disabilities Act. We continue to support the disabled community with grants and an increase in path benefits. Our government is committed to supporting persons with disability in Jamaica.
Dion Jax-Miller has indicated that she would like to take her second follow-up question.
Yes, Mr. Golding. We hear the broad statements of policy and principle, but what persons with disabilities want are jobs, which is why I'm asking specifically if your administration would implement a recommendation to reserve a certain percentage of public sector jobs for persons with disabilities.
Yes, we have committed to that. Across MDNAs, ministries, departments, and agencies, that we would like to see quotas or an allocation for the disability community to have the benefit of employment opportunities in the public sector. But we also recognize the need to ensure that those who have the capacity to deliver services or to make things at home are empowered to do so. And that's why we have the National Disabilities Fund, which we will establish to help them to get a start in life in the area of business and fulfill their talents and monetize their talents so they can uplift themselves and their families from their homes. So yes, we're fully on board with the idea that you mentioned, Jan.
Dr. Holness, to rebut?
Most definitely. We will do that, and we will do more. In fact, at the Office of the Prime Minister, we do make it a point of duty to ensure that persons with disabilities are employed at the Office of the Prime Minister, and we will give that directive, if it is not already in effect, to all the ministries. But more than that, people with disabilities want to be independent, and they want to work independently, many of them. And we, through various initiatives, including through the various development funds that we have, will provide resources to persons with disability so that they can start their own businesses. And I think that is really the critical thing, to ensure that our persons with disability are independently earning income.
Our next question still goes to Dr. Holness, and it comes from Giovanni Dennis.
Dr. Holness, communities like Charlemont, Birdsucker, Acadia, and many others across the corporate area have complained and have taken the government to court for inadequately regulated developments. Justice Hart Hines, in a 2021 ruling, said the KSAMC and NEPA have been dilatory in their mandate to enforce local planning laws and regulations. In December 2021, he said work was being done to restructure the entire approval process. Yet the issues persist. Why isn't more being done to force the KSAMC and the NEPA to do their jobs to enforce the building regulations?
When that comment was made, the situation was as you have said. Since then, there have been significant improvement in enforcement, and including a new planning order for Kingston and St. Andrew, which clarifies many of the issues that were in contention, including we have included more inspection officers at the KSAMC, and there are more cases now being brought to court which are being prosecuted. So there has been an improvement. However, I believe that there is still much more work to be done in terms of increasing the enforcement capabilities. And yes, there are some legislative changes that need to be clarified, particularly as to how titles are issued and how densities are approved.
Mr. Golding has the opportunity to respond.
Since the People's National Party assumed the leadership in the council of the KSAMC, the new Mayor Andrew Swaby has been pursuing internal governance reform, including persons from outside, to try and improve standards and processes, make them more transparent and effective, so that the citizens of the corporate area can expect higher levels of governance. I think it's unfortunate that in the case of Mr. Holness and his wife, they are in the business of real estate development, or certainly she is, And that presents serious conflicts of interest, which have manifested themselves in some of their own schemes that they've developed. I think we need to have rules which preclude that kind of activity so that there's no question of conflicts of interest.
We've come to the point in the debate when the debaters get an opportunity to ask each other questions. We begin, we invite Mr. Golding to ask a question of Dr. Andrew Holness.
Mr. Holness, the Integrity Commission in their court filing in the case that you brought to try and strike down the act and eliminate the offense for which you are being investigated, have said that you had money in the Ponzi scheme Olint and you got it out, while others suffered losses. You had money in Cash Plus, another Ponzi scheme where people lost lots of money, you got it out. And of course, you had money in SSL, and you were able to withdraw your money before it collapsed. In fact, I would say the only person that Usain Bolt has not been able to catch up with is you. And I want to ask you, how do you think and why do you think the people of Jamaica should trust you to be in charge of the governance of the country for a third term with that track record and with that cloud hanging over your head?
The leader of the opposition is a liar and cannot be trusted. I lost money in Cash Plus and Olint. However, the PNP accepted and received $1 million from Olint. He has no credibility to talk about Ponzi scheme. They benefited from the Ponzi scheme to fund their election
Is it Mark Golding?
He questions my wife's integrity about development. My wife and my family are hard-working Jamaicans. We started off with taxes like many other Jamaicans, and I have worked hard. He has sought to weaponize that. But the people who receive me when I go into the country, they say, Andrew, don't worry. No weapon formed against you shall prosper.
Mr. Golding, your rebuttal.
I've made the point that for the Prime Minister and his wife to be in the real estate business when so many of the agencies of government which regulate that business fall under his ministry of economic development and job creation creates the possibilities for conflicts of interest, and I stick by that position.
We now invite Dr. Andrew Holness to ask a question of Mr. Mark Golding.
The leader of the opposition speaks about integrity and trust. He was an advisor to a former Minister of Finance that put in place a policy of high interest rate, for which he acted as a broker for the government to invest loans and bonds for which he received a commission of high interest rate, to the point where one of his members described this as the greatest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich. He, the Toponaris lawyer, has made billions of this, yet he does not disclose this in his integrity report. In fact, he doesn't even have a house in Jamaica. How can we believe you? And do you have assets in overseas companies for which you have not disclosed?
I've disclosed all my assets, and that's why my Integrity Commission declarations are certified. Your allegations are scurrilous and false. You made reference to DBNG, although you didn't call the name. DBNG was established in 1992 as an investment firm by 3 young Jamaican entrepreneurs. When the financial sector meltdown occurred some years later, and FinSAC was established as a response to try and protect the savers of this country so they didn't lose their money in their deposits in the banking system and their pensions and so on, DBNG, like other financial firms at the time, had to navigate that carefully to survive. We eventually were approached by a leading international bank, Scotiabank, who did a thorough due diligence on the company. It's a listed company where we were a listed company from inception. Our audited financial statements are public. Our quarterly financial statements are public. They looked at us inside out and upside down, found nothing, absolutely nothing untoward, and they bought the company. And we have nothing to hide on when it comes to DBNG. I would say, why is your government, having spent $200 million on this commission of inquiry into FinSAC, hiding the FinSAC report? Is it because you and your wife bought a house from somebody who had been fin-sacked, you're a hypocrite, Andrew Holness, to be accusing me of anything in relation to FinSac when you have been a direct beneficiary of the losses of somebody who was FinSac, who lost their home because of FinSac.
Again, you go to attacking my wife when you, according to the Contractor General's report, benefited from a sweetheart deal that was irregular. You benefited off the backs of the Jamaican people in creating your wealth. You were a connected party with the then Minister of Finance, and you advised and created the FinSac debacle with high interest rate. You benefited from FinSac. I did not purchase a FinSac house. I bought a house on the open market. And again, you come with weaponized lies. Your lies will not work.
We now go to closing statements. Now, based on the earlier coin toss, Mr. Mark Golding of the PNP will go first.
The general election next week, Wednesday, presents a historic opportunity for the people of Jamaica. After 13 and a half years of belt tightening and austerity, we are finally in a situation where the debt to GDP ratio has achieved or is on the cusp of achieving the 60%, which was written into the fiscal rules by Portia Simpson Miller. That means that the fiscal rules and prudent economic management can change gear and look at how we can grow the economy and build a society with a better quality of life for all. We see some serious issues that need to be addressed. 700,000 Jamaicans or thereabouts live on public land, lands where they've built their homes, but they don't have titles. The colonial era law set the period as 60 years of occupation before they can get ownership. We are going to reduce that to 25 years. We're going to give them titles. And that is going to unlock over $1 trillion of wealth, which is now sealed up and quarantined in the old colonial era law that is still on the books. That is why also we're increasing the threshold to 3.5 million. So working families who are struggling to make ends meet can get a little break so they can live a better life. It's why we're going to be removing the tax from the overtime pay of workers earning up to $6 million so they can make it easier in life as well. And when I govern the country as Prime Minister to serve you, I will ensure that accountability and transparency are at the center of what we do, and any hanky-panky, any violation of the public trust will be met with the full force of the law with no protection from me. And that is a huge difference between the government I will lead and the government of Andrew Holness. That is why I'm asking you, on Election Day, next Wednesday, vote for the People's National Party, put your ex beside the head, time come for a better life.
We now invite Dr. Andrew Holness of the JLP to go ahead with your closing statement.
The administration that I lead on your behalf has cut the debt in half. We have created 280,000 new jobs, brought in 85,000 persons into the labor force. We have tripled the minimum wage. We have cut murders by 55% over the last 3 years. You have had no new taxes to worry about. This administration has taken on the previously thought of impossible to solve problems, and we have solved them. We are an administration of performance. In our next term, our pensioners who have worked so hard will get a break. Those earning $6 million or below will pay no income tax. We will give a new income tax rate, which will be graduated, which will see everyone paying lower taxes. You will see 60,000 more houses being brought on the market, with 15% of them dedicated to young people. We will give incentives to developers to build houses for young people. You will see a new transportation system for rural school children coming into being. You will see more work being done on reducing electricity. Our government is a government of performance. This election is about a clear choice. Promise or performance. That's what it is. You have to make a decision. Who can deliver?
And it's
this
also about
administration
integrity.
that has taken on
It's
the
also about
difficult problems,
integrity.
and we have delivered for you. I ask you on election day to vote for what is best for Jamaica. Vote for a government that performs. Vote for the Jamaica Labour Party.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Holness. Thank you, Mr. Golding. In the good spirit of the debates, we now invite Dr. Holness and Mr. Golding to shake hands.
And you never want to go in and mark what the forest this time.
And now we can breathe. That concludes the leadership debate between party leader Dr. Andrew Holness, representing the Jamaica Labour Party, and party leader Mr. Mark Golding, representing the People's National Party. Our sincere thanks to both party leaders and all the debaters. This was the final debate in the 2025 general election debate series. Thanks for joining us. Thanks.
JLP, you know. You want to say?
What I say?
Vote for a better Jamaica. Because I know saying can't carry nothing better to Jamaica. I know you know here. So like how you hear Mark, he go and emphasize and say on the 3rd of election, on the 3rd of September, next week, Wednesday, put the X beside the head. I know you know you say put the X beside the bell, you know.
Look like the bell tongue drop out.
They not say that.
Markie G punch him hard. The only thing you hear, Andrew, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Coming
that's
like
a lie.
Coming like flavor.
Not more. It's a lie. You're attacking my wife. Your wife, will you kiss about bone?
Yes, sir.
That's a lie. Rhoda must see a laugh now. Punch her more. Punch her more. Well, anti my speech is mark all the way. I mean, I have nothing more to say. You know, come out and put the X beside the head.
You know,
make
make
can't
sure.
speech no more.
On election day, vote for change. Vote for change.
All
That's
you wish
it.
Markie G guidance and protection. And the followers now behind him.
Not an Obian not catch him.
That I hear people them mad.
Yeah, not an Obian not catch him. Yeah. But anyway, guys, yeah, man, Andrew get vexed because I know so when Mark talk about this, man, he want to lick down Mark in the man, sure.
Andrew, I feel vexed. He I feel vexed because Mark is so relaxed.
Yeah,
you know, Andrew talk with arrogance in his voice.
Yeah, but you know, you want to have to tell him say no, and them can't do that. You can't do that.
Mark tell him so you cannot do that. A pressure still, you know.
And you're under pressure, man.
We have voted for Markie Golding.
Under pressure.
Yeah. Well, you know, how long we sit down here for fun night?
Comfortably, it would now. About a night time in a late hours when you should die in bed asleep.
Yeah. So no, sir, so we are left for tonight. If anything,
behave like him want grab Mark.
Yeah, man, if you could have grabbed him, grab him.
So I love how Mark done him past with the age paper.
Yeah, that was the hit of the night.
Just what I was saying.
That is the hit of the night.
Tell him I'm
to show you how prepared Mark is.
Ask him the question, him answer them, him take out the birth certificate and then still come back with the question.
None of them
never know say it was coming, man. None of them never know say walk and prepare.
The man come well prepared, man. Well prepared.
You know, them I bring you up. For sure, say man smart.
They're not come too long for about this. Someone say million she's come on now. What you wish she has say?
Emily, you come on tonight?
I don't know, them now come say who win.
Yeah, them will generally come out and debate. I can't hear them.
Eh?
Yeah, them will always come say who win.
Yeah, man, sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Broadcast journalist. We
we have Jermaine Barrett, president of the Jamaican, make sure I get that right, Association for Debating and Empowerment,
I can't get back this
We have Granville Knight, social and political commentator, and we will have on electronic platform Dr. Jermaine McAlpin, political scientist. Whoa! Where are we now? Who wants to start first? What do you make of the last hour and a half, Mr. Barrett?
Well, I'm without words. It was incredible to see both leaders really going hard to prove their case to the country. I think that every Jamaican who took the time to watch this debate would have been impressed. I've been watching these debates for a number of years now. This is the best one I've witnessed. I saw passion, I saw energy, I saw a desperate attempt to wrestle facts in their favors, respectively. I think it was all round.
Somebody else get the box.
I done it now. We're not taking nobody else.
Team debate. So you didn't have the ability to play off other people to pass on questions. You had two men who had to explain their positions to the country, explain some of the more problematic parts of their story to the nation, marshal those facts in this conversation, report, and go back to tearing apart something that has been said. They both sounded like people who want to lead a country, and they came, both of them, with a level of preparation that, even though we were anticipating it, showcased it was a pleasure. Right? Tell me your thoughts then.
From Jermaine said him can see. That was a great debate. But there are some things I really loved about tonight, and I just want to mention these four things. First of all, we talk about, we had mentioned how would they dress, and tonight both men dressed phenomenally well. I must give them comments to that. So that is great. I really loved about tonight. The journalists were phenomenal. They were on point with the questions, and they did not let them escape. Yes. Them feasted them, they get to it, then bring back the question in a different way and more pointed and direct. Good. The next thing is that the spirit of debate was really good tonight. As a seasoned debater, I saw debating in action, and I wish all parliamentarians would actually learn how to debate. I'm really glad that now at the national youth level, debating is being considered. Another thing that in terms of what social media was upset about, were the interpreters tonight. And I said interpreters because there were more than one sign language interpreters tonight for the disabled community. And I just want to say kudos to the producers who added that touch to it. But tonight, both gentlemen, phenomenal.
Dr. McAlpin, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Your thoughts on what you saw and heard?
Recertification. Markie G asked Andrew for sure. I wish one of them.
Feathers were barely ruffled.
It
wasn't a
declaration.
Match.
The declaration, okay.
A debate concerning the facts and concerning why either of them should lead the country. I am very appreciative of the fact that both of them remained composed and they stuck to their script, sometimes to the fault of not answering the question, but they both stuck to their script, and it was a respectable debate. I would say, if I were to compare it with debates on this side of the pond, certainly that debate was far more respectful in terms of for leadership of a country.
You think feathers were barely ruffled?
Well, the responses didn't result in shouting. There was grandstanding and, of course, pointing. We are Jamaicans. We love point fingers, right?
Yes.
A lot of finger pointing, but I thought it was still composed and respectable.
Let me go over to Jamelia Maitland. She has some responses from our friends on social media. You send your responses to hashtag TBJ Debates 2025. Also responses
Bluetooth
from
mode.
Facebook. Let's see what we have there.
Connected.
All right, she will come on in just a moment. So let's just go and queue up for those who've missed it. One of the first in the opening, the question from social media on the corrupt practices. That one went to Andrew Holness and his response, and then Mark Golding's rebuttal, bringing in a matter that has been discussed quite heavily, this issue of 28 bank accounts. Let's go to that question and answer.
In this instance, the question, you have 90 seconds to answer, and we begin with Dr. Holness.
Corruption is a serious problem in our country. And corruption requires strong leadership.
All right, guys.
From my position as Prime Minister,
Gonna take Thierry here. I need for lay down now. My body feel for lay down. So I can't go watch you over TV, Jay, for now. We talk about it tomorrow, alright?
Okay, Jen.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna self a great night. Everybody love on her, love on her.
Yeah, man, go lay down, go your bed.
Yeah, yeah. Good night, everybody over YouTube. See you tomorrow. Bye. I block you before I go to my bed, so you can't come back over here.